recording to Riverside. So let me find some appropriate tunes for live streaming here. Da, da, da. Oh, that was bad. Uh, so loud on my headsets there. Well, hello everyone. It is just one of us here right now. I know Chris is supposed to be joining me here shortly. He might be busy at the moment, but this live stream is more or less just to get the word out for next Friday. November 1st. In fact, I want to go ahead and put this up on the screen now. Let me get this up here real quick to show it with the rest of you. So hopefully Chris will be joining us soon. He spent some time with the family, but he wanted to try to be a part of this tonight. So figured, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get started on this. Make sure we got this going here. As you can see up on the screen here, I put it up on YouTube in the community section, and I asked you guys basically put a community poll up to what movies you guys wanted to basically watch along with Chris and I on the live stream next Friday. And so far, from the looks of it, out of I guess there was 10 films that I put up, the original Black Christmas is going at 86%. And I think the following, it looks to be the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre at 47%. Jeepers Creepers, the first one at 41. Halloween, the original one, at 14%. Jeepers Creepers 2 at 6%. Wrong Turn at 6%. Now, I also asked, what day do you want? It turns out it's going to have to be, like I said, this Friday, November 1st. And the reason why, well, I've got to work Friday morning with my job. We all do a rotation, and I completely forgot all about it. It's my turn, Friday, November 1st, and I don't want to be up late Thursday night knowing that I got to be in at work super early. And the beauty of it is, it only takes me about 2 or 3 hours to do what I do on that rotation. But I just wanted to make sure. Oh, we got someone in the chat room right now, possibly, or is it just me? Oh, okay. Going to jump in with you. Chris just texted me. Okay. So Chris should be here any moment. Let me text him real quick just to make sure I sent him the proper information. Okie dokie. So sorry for the boring part here. I'm going to ask him a real quick question. In fact, I'll do it this. That way you're part of it. Did I send you the link? Okay. So we'll just kill a little bit of time. Once again, we are going to be dealing with the live stream. Oh, it's Andrew giving a big thumbs up. What the hell's that mean? I know this one. Is that aloha or is it in the chat room? Andrew, you can help me out there now. Oh, and another thing real quick too before Chris jumps in. I wanted to put this up on Facebook as well. Now, this is one thing it didn't tell me beforehand. I guess we need 100 followers in order for us to go up on Facebook Live. Now, when I had set up this account, I accidentally set up 2 accounts on Facebook. And in all honesty, maybe it's because I don't normally get on Facebook hardly at all, except for Meet Us in the Man Cave. And I haven't been caught up to speed of what the hell's been going on with that. So hopefully it is actually going up on the business Meet Us in the Man Cave Facebook, but it wouldn't let me upload on our normal page where the majority of you follow. So I do apologize if you were over on Facebook looking, then you came over to YouTube to watch. And oh yeah, real quick, Andrew, if you are watching, could you let us know if you're watching us through YouTube or Facebook? That would be awesome because I am curious to see. Because right now I'm just using Riverside to, which is pretty nice because the way they've got this set up, I could actually live stream, or Chris and I could live stream. Technically, if we had more followers on YouTube, Facebook, X, eventually Instagram, but that I'm still waiting for that to happen. And then I guess if you have your own website, you can use an URL code there. But it's so much easier than it was back in the day. Before you had to practically copy and paste this really long streaming key number, and you had to, oh, it was a major headache. So yeah, let's see here. I'm gonna see if I can. I guess he'll pop right on in when he's ready. Uh, let me see something here real quick. Making sure I've got everything here ready to go just in case. Well, I'm gonna do something here real quick just to be on this. Oh yeah, Chris, I did send it to you. Haven't seen anything. Okay. Well, let me try this again. Chris, if you're watching right there, for a moment, you check again. It says you've already invited. I've already invited you. It should be. Now I know. I feel bad because I'm doing this live right now, but Andrew's the only one that's watching, so he's used to these glitches. Check again, Chris, if you're watching, of course, because according to Riverside, it says I have already invited you to this particular one. What I could do, let me do this. I'll copy, and then I'll actually go to the emails as soon as well, this is an awesome live stream, isn't it? But at least you get to see behind the scenes of the kind of things that, well, we all go through, I guess, when it comes to technical difficulties. Let me write, send it to Chris, and paste. Make sure that's the right one. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, Chris, if you're watching now, I'm sending you another email. Oh, wait a minute. Let me put a cancel. Let me subject. I'll put subject. It should say live in the subject in case there's another email. All right, let's try that. All right, I just sent you an email now, so hopefully it'll get you in here. All right. So while we're waiting on Chris here, once again, next Friday, November 1st. Okay, thank you, Andrew. I just seen that on YouTube. Thank you. Next Friday, November 1st. Oops. Let me write that real quick. November 1st, sorry. No, around 9, maybe a little bit after 9. We'll be going live here where we'll be, of course, doing a live stream watch along. And so far, and I'll pull up that chart again once Chris hops on here because I'm sure he'll want to see it. It'll be a watch along. And I'll repeat this again. So, Andrew, if you're watching, or anybody else who's watching this later on YouTube and possibly on Facebook, if it actually does go up on there, the watch along will be, and I'm sure you've seen this in other YouTubers in the past. We're not actually going to show the film up on the screen. Can't do that because, well, first of all, Beat Us to the Man Cave's podcast will be removed from YouTube. It's not just a copyright strike. I mean, they will delete this channel. I mean, they have the power to do that. And YouTube is more strict than ever. I'm sure you hear about that a lot. If you yourself have not created your own channel, yeah, you really want to read the rules more than ever. So you got to watch out for that. So yes, we cannot air the movie or show it with you on the screen. Then again, watch, I'll probably screw something up there and you guys will see it. So if you are wanting to be a part of this, then all you have to do, and then we'll sync it, of course, if it is going to be so far, what we're seeing here, the Black Christmas. If you want to follow it on YouTube, watch it for free. If you don't have it, I'll actually put the link in the description box. I'm hoping that I can do that because since it's being live, but you could go to YouTube and you'll find Black Christmas there. And then we'll just basically do a simple countdown and then you hit the play button from there. Now, of course, there's going to be ads. And luckily by then, I'm sure a lot of you are suffering, like myself included. We're all getting burned out on those damn political ads. So by then, no, we'll still be dealing with them. What am I thinking? So we'll just have to, I guess, tolerate more. And we're from where I'm at, from where I'm sitting, and I'm sure where you're sitting, like Andrew, I'm sure you're probably getting sick and tired of seeing ads where your state senators are being butchered left and right from all those realistic actors going on there. So, so Chris, where are you? Uh-oh, what we got going on here? Murky Waters. Okay, let's see what this does here. Check. There we go. We got him in here finally. Let me see if I can spread this screen, share the love. There we go. Finally. He's in. He's been busy. He had to build a shed. He had to build a shed.
well, we kept having a debate there. Are we gonna watch a movie or are we gonna not watch a movie? turns out my wife got a book, and probably I've been with her about 20 years, and I think that's the first time I've ever seen her reading a book.
What are the odds of that? I got a book this week, and now your wife's. Wow.
So I'm sitting there like, all right, on the night we're gonna go watch scary movies. It's almost like it's almost Halloween here. We're having a good time, and you fucking pick now to read a book. Like, this is fucking unbelievable.
Oh yeah, and this is a live stream video too. So, oh man, let me stress. So Chris, I'll catch you up to speed here real quick.
Please,
Andrew, he's so far the only one here, which is fine. Facebook, as I stated already, as I'm hearing an echo for the very first time, which is odd. No, it's gone. No, it's there. Oh well, it is what it is. It's very soft, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Is it me or is it you?
Yeah, I was hearing my voice very. It's almost like I have to shut up and just listen. Yeah, it's really. I've never heard it. There we go. Let's see if I can turn on echo. I can't. I forgot to turn it on before you arrived. It's no big deal. So, folks, if you are, let me see if I can turn.
Too close to the mic. Let me
No, I should be. Hello. Shit, still an echo. So, folks, I apologize if that echo is extremely annoying. Or Andrew, if he's still here, he may not be. But Andrew, if you're still here, if you hear an echo from me all of a sudden, unfortunately, I can't turn off the echo cancellation, and that might be the reason why it's doing that, which would make sense. But it's really, really soft, so I can't do anything about it now since we're recording. Enough about that crap. I want to show you something here, Chris, because you're going to find this interesting.
Hit me.
All right, I'm going to do a screen share, and here we go. All right, let me see how that looks real quick. All right, just making sure. All right, let me get back over to YouTube. All right, Chris, you can probably see it right there on that community, that poll I put up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so far, it looks like Black Christmas is, coming into the lead.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Very
Halloween only
nice. I can't.
14%. In all honesty,
Well,
I was, yeah,
people have probably watched it like 30 times this year. They're probably like, let's do something new.
they're getting ready for Christmas. That's why. Maybe some of them have not seen that film yet. I don't know. It's a strong recommended on my end, but
Yep. I do find that interesting. It's split down the middle there. The October
oh
1st, November, or October 31st, November 1st.
yeah. And I already, while you were taking care of business, I made it very clear it's going to have to be November 1st because I had completely forgotten that it's my turn on rotation to work that Friday. And I don't want to have to be doing a watch along, Halloween night, knowing that I have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's no
So,
fun.
yeah, no, I'd rather go to work for a few hours than come home and take a nap. Oh, thank you, Andrew. He just said there's no echo, so it's just probably in my headset, which I can deal with it. I can deal with it. Not a big deal. All right, so I want to stop sharing there.
I've got the Cure in my headphone over here. That's all I can hear.
And the funny thing of it is, well, if he's good, he doesn't hear me, so that.
I do not hear your echo.
Oh, okay, cool. Maybe I'm on your TV and didn't know it. Or I'm one of the other members of the band Cure right now.
Tell Robert hi for me.
Oh, I will. I know there's people that are wanting to pay an arm and a leg to see him in concert again this year. So, yeah, the once again the live stream will be November 1st, even though it's a live stream right now. And so far it looks like it will be Black Christmas. We will be watching it on YouTube because that's the easiest way for Chris and I to do it. And if you're not aware of the black screen, well, you just cannot share films because they're encrypted. They will not let you do that through any streaming services. Now, there are videos out there where they try to show you how to bypass that. And I try to do it myself, and I'm like, no, to heck with it. This is a major headache. I'm not going to go through all that because some of them, as well as I do, some of those things are nothing but they put a lot of spam and crap and bad files on your computer.
It's fine. Have we landed on a roundabout time getting started so we can let people know to be there?
I mentioned sometime a little bit after 9 because obviously my son has bowling on Fridays. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't usually get back home, or we're usually not done about 8:30ish. So sometime after 9, so maybe like 9:30 or something like that. It's not like we have 100,000 people watching anyway, so who knows? Maybe the people that have been voting, they'll watch this later on YouTube, which is great. Facebook, apparently we have to have at least 100 followers for it to actually go on the profile Facebook page, which sucks. I didn't know that until I was trying to load it up here on Riverside. It does go on the business Meet Us in the Man Cave. I don't even know how that works, but
well, how close are we? Well, I don't know. I'm not even logged in on my phone on Facebook. I'm totally inactive with the group, the Meet Us in the Man Cave page.
Let's see. I could always go over there real quick. And Facebook. Let's see, which one was that? Oh, that was YouTube. Log into Facebook. All right. Well, that must be it because I see Zach right there. I go to oh, it's showing live right now.
We have 117 followers on Facebook.
Well, this is interesting. Apparently, Riverside don't know what it's talking about. Also, I'll show you here real quick. Holy crap. That was kind of weird to see us. It looks like it's synced up in real time as well, too.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow, it's even got what the hell, people? If it's come on, you got to be watching us there, right? Wow, it actually, well, we're apparently live on Facebook right now. I'll be damned. Oh boy, do I feel special? No one's watching. What's up with that, people?
Oh
They
no,
must,
this was kind of a impromptu thing, I guess.
but the beauty of it is, and once again, Andrew, thanks for watching right now. If you're still watching, it gives us an opportunity to test this a little bit to see how it's handling the uploads right now, which, at this time of night, it's not bad at all. So I guess we can keep that in mind too, Chris. So yeah, that's a good thing. I'm sure. And I know it's not going to be completely smooth because it is live. By the way, Chris, I went ahead and decided to upgrade our package anyways. Fuck it.
Oh no.
Yeah. I just thought because I'm like, well, okay, maybe I'll go ahead and try Instagram. Of course, they're not ready with Instagram, but the thing of it is, we're able to upload in 1080p going live now. Woohoo! Oh, and since Andrew is taking the time to watch us on live stream, I have to be careful what I say here because I don't want to. Let's just say Andrew's going to have some really interesting news to share with us down the road. So that, of course, being said, he will be a guest to get it in the future. But I can't. All I know, he's got some extremely exciting news to share when it's the right time. Because he did give me some more or less that it's good to go in his department here recently. And all I know is even for a while, he probably can't even share what it is. But if I was in his shoes right now, I would be super excited. There's no doubt about it. It's big stuff. So, Andrew, there, I got the word out in the safest way. So if anybody who has been watching Chris and I, as we meet in the man cave, and you've caught Andrew a couple times in the past, hopefully he'll be able to share some interesting news with you.
If they didn't catch him, I'm sorry you did not, guys.
Yeah,
He's a good friend of the channel, and he'll be back. And then you can catch up on all his old stuff. How about that?
yeah. I know one thing I could share. It's scary news. Yeah, I think that's safe to say.
Yeah, let's just stop
Uh
over
oh.
it before
I got
something happens.
I got an emoji here where it's like it's basically saying shut the. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, shut the front door.
Yeah. Shut the front door. That's right. Let's see here. So yeah, next. Oh, and I know here's something else I'd like to share. I already gave you some information, Chris, earlier. We do have a special guest that will be joining us, which of course it won't be ready to the following week because it won't be a live video. We do have another special guest that will be on with us. His name is Mr. Aaron Tyler with Masquerade Workshops. His content that he shares on his YouTube channel, Facebook, and Instagram. If you're a horror fan, if you collect masks, you'll definitely be interested in that one, just like the one we had last week. Or actually, it was loaded yesterday, last week. I'm in the editing brain.
I know, I get it. Yeah, that's cool though. I've only seen a couple videos from Aaron, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I want to pick his brain on stuff and find out what makes him tick. Should be fun.
Yeah, he definitely. I think he's going to be very enjoyable for a lot of viewers and listeners out there. I mean, if you have not yet had a chance to catch out our last episode 3, you're missing out. It's there. It is there. Mr. Nick Mompagano had joined us. It was aired yesterday on our channel, on this channel, and that was an awesome experience having him here with us. It was truly an awesome experience. I'm so thankful that he did join us.
It's good times. Good times. He's funny, man.
Yeah, I I got to thinking a lot as I was editing and all that, which more or less was reminded a lot about his personality and his character. And I think that a lot of people in this community, not so much that, not everyone. I don't like to point fingers because we're all adults here. But Nick is a good reminder that we need to behave like adults sometimes in this community. He's just he doesn't seem to get stressed out or aggravated or get involved with the finger pointing or the high school games. He's just got a clear head, level minded, and I mean he's obviously a mature adult, and he still, I think he acts more like a kid at heart when it comes to this hobby more than most people my age, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, he seems to approach every day like it's a new opportunity to make his name bigger in the hobby that he loves, and I can I can definitely applaud that. I mean, when you show joy in your work, it just comes across that much better, you know?
Oh, absolutely. It definitely shows with him. That's for sure. And I know it's amazing how he's busy with, making these masks, painting these masks, shipping these masks out, trying to keep his customers happy. And on top of that, he just does an amazing job keeping the content rolling with all his social media and all that. It's just like, I don't know how he gives himself enough time to do all this stuff. I really don't. I'm too lazy about doing this stuff here, and yet he seems to have all the energy. And it was, I should have asked him during the podcast, what the hell is he drinking most of the time?
He's getting those testosterone shots. What's going on there, Nick?
Had that conversation today with my dad. Oh, see, your wife gets a book, I get a book. The testosterone shots a bit in the air.
I'm not gonna lie. I've went into GNC. I'm the big 4-1. I'm starting to think about it. I hear it's more and more common among men. So I'm like, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I looked at
I'm
that bottle and I saw that price tag and I was like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah. It is. It's. I mean, I don't know why we're going to the subject, but this is man cave stuff. It's true, folks. I'm in the 50 something department, and I've only lost 5 pounds in the past 6 months, and I'm pretty active throughout the week. So
It's tough.
yeah, I mean, I don't eat junk food all the time, but I don't. I honestly do not sit around counting my calories, eating small portions of healthy food, going to the gym 10 days a week. I've tried that shit and I didn't lose anything. It's my testosterone level. It's probably about as low as this thing right here. You know, maybe a little bit thicker. I'd probably be dead if it was that low. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I just know that yeah, a lot of things are just not working in
As
that
long as
department.
our estrogen levels aren't rising, right? That's good.
I guess. Oh.
Oh boy.
So I guess we're gonna be good to go on that. It looks like we're doing fine here. I can't think of any reasons. I mean, of course, it is technology, and sure as shit something could go wrong next week, but I think we'll be fine. I'm excited to see that it does show that it's yeah, it says we got 117 followers and 22 following. I guess I'm not doing a very good job of following people. So, or we're not clicking onto it. I just, you know what? Yeah, it's just weird to look over at Facebook, Chris. It is to see us live there. And there ain't one damn person that's paying attention. So, Andrew, you're awesome. Thank you for over on YouTube. uh,
No, I was looking through the other day. Do we have 3 accounts on Facebook?
it is, it's like two. And I thought I had what I was doing because, like I said, understand how to do all this stuff. And of course, you know how Facebook is. They don't allow you to fix any of your mistakes. In other words, they don't allow you to deactivate your account, which is a bunch of and I tried to set one up to where it looked more like a business account instead of a typical profile page or whatever. Because I don't want it to make it out to be like, somebody messaging me, wanting to talk to me personally, blah, 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 because that's what I had no intentions of setting that up that way. Um, so it's kind of like set up as Meet Us in the Man Cave. Like they're supposed to be linked to the same thing, but there's only 7 people that follow the other. I guess it's a professional. I don't know. I just don't understand it. I really don't. But
Gotcha.
as far as I know, that should be the only two, because I know for a fact I haven't tried to. I know enough about Facebook. Don't try to fix it by creating something new. The only thing that there's multiple pages, and that's X, because I don't understand that platform. I really don't. Because I lost the password to it, and I tried to and it would not let me for the life of me get in there again. So I'm like, to heck with it. I'll just create a new one. And I'm like, you know what? This is a pain in the ass. I just, because I've been hearing more and more about X with the videos and all that other stuff. I'm like, oh, that does sound interesting, but I'm
I
not
don't
going
have. I never even have a Twitter. I don't know about that.
to. Andrew's wanting to know, Chris, what the fuck are you drinking?
So
Well,
I
you know
got.
what? Before you do that, before you say anything, let me add in some music for that. Let's see. Try this one. That's
Golly.
yeah. That is down to 1% on level of audio. What the fuck you drinking? What the fuck you drinking?
I don't know about that, man.
What the fuck you drinking?
Wow. uh, Munster Fest by Three Floyds. Three Floyds. I can't say my L's. Oktoberfest style lager. It's got a couple of mechs on the front of it going to battle. I don't know. I just pulled it out of the fridge when I was getting ready to sit down. I was kind of in a hurry.
So there you go.
What are
He's
you
drinking
drinking?
some. I'm actually having something that I haven't had in a while, Heineken Light. It's been a long time. And I'll tell you what, it still tastes damn good to me.
That looks nice and crisp.
It is. That's definitely, I would say that's the key thing with a Heineken. It's crisp. And speaking of Three Floyds, I took a car over to the parents' house because it's time to, of course, 6 months ago, I was it 6? I changed the rear brakes and that thing. And I'm like, last week I started hearing something. I'm like, oh, shit. Yeah. So I went ahead and got some brake pads today, took them over there. And of course, I got to take that thing up to the shop where my mom works because the air compressor is not having enough torque to turn those fucking lug nuts on that thing
Yeah.
on one of the wheels. So I got one brake done, and I got to wait till next week to do the other. I just need to take it up to a shop where they've got some more torque to loose. I said, don't have them change the brake. Well, it's at the house. I just need this thing's loosened enough to where I could. So I gave Brian uh, 2 different kinds of IPA beers. As I'm sitting there going, he's just sitting there talking with me. And he went through 3 Four Roses and something else. So he almost had a 6-pack done before I got done with one break.
Hey. All right.
Yeah, he liked
Talking
this.
about.
I forget
Yeah.
what it was, but it was like
Were you
3.
using a breaker bar on that shit?
Oh, we tried everything. It just see his old compressor. I mean, he's got this tank of an old compressor. He's had it since the 80s, and he basically he has to do some more work on it. Something went bad. I couldn't explain. He told me, but he's got a compressor just like the one you have, what they could get up to like 135 pounds of pressure on it. And I just could not get those things. I mean, I sprayed the shit out with some PB blaster, and not to mention it has those aluminum caps on those lug nuts, and you're trying. Oh God. So
I got
just
I got a story about like that with Jameson. We were actually doing his engine swap in his old RSX, um, his old Acura, and we actually had to get the drive shaft, the pretty much the axle out. Boy, we were on top of that thing. We had a breaker bar going at one point, and I shit you not, we were standing on it and like hopping on the thing to try to get it. Oh man.
I, I almost it's funny that you mentioned that. I finally was taking advantage of the weight that's behind the gut here or below the chest, because on the right side is where I started. And at that time I just had one that was stubborn. So I got out the big every time there's a hammer, a sledgehammer, I always call it Big Bertha. It's always
Yeah.
Big Bertha.
Yeah.
So I've got boom. Brian and I kind of like, wait a minute, did that just go down? Yes. So I got one loose. So no, I just got to be smart. I'm going to have that, take that car up to Jeep Chrysler up in New Carlisle, actually Sunday. And then those bail get up on a lift, get some more power into it just to loosen it. I mean, there's no sense in me trying to, put a round peg in a square hole anymore and screw something up. It's pointless. So
I
we got the
miss
cars portion out of this podcast all the way, I guess, right?
Yeah, I miss air tools real bad. I had one and I sold it, and I wish I never would have sold the big one. I need to get one back before probably about the same time that lift is going to go in there.
Yeah, Brian started talking about the reality of life. Someday I'm going to be gone, and we'll go through all my tools here. That way you'll know where it's all at. Man, I don't want to hear about this stuff.
No,
I
never.
mean, because he's got a toolbox where we both need to get on a step stool just to get to the top of it there, and it's don't. He's got a Harley sit. I thought a fat boy sitting there collecting dust. I mean, it's literally collecting dust. And they
Man,
just, yeah, we're trying that. My mom thinks she may have somebody who might be interested, but it's so sad to see it sitting in there collecting the dust that I mean, there's some, uh, it's a heartbreaker. So, yeah. And, Chris, and any of you gun enthusiasts out there, you might find this interesting as we're on 38 minutes right now, this live podcast. I know there's tens of thousands right now. I got tons of questions right now. Andrea probably might find this interesting, and Dustin, if you watch this later. My
we got to beat him
mom,
off with a stick.
yeah,
All these people, get out of here.
my mom is apparently becoming a major. She's getting hooked on go out in the backyard shooting some targets.
Good for her, you know.
she's
Good.
she's just saying it's just so much fun. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And as I'm sitting there working all these breaks, here comes a FedEx guy. And of course, Brian's texting my mom back and forth. And I've got a FedEx story here to share in a moment. He's like, oh, that might be some more ammo. And I just kind of run up there to help the FedEx guy. And he hands me 2 boxes. I'm thinking, this ain't ammo because it's too light, way too light. So I hand it to Brian and he's like, oh, crap. That's ain't it. Your mom's going to be pissed. She wanted to shoot tonight.
What is she, what is she? Well,
I couldn't tell you. It's something. It's
yeah,
something
I was
that's
gonna ask
simple.
what is she shooting right now, but
Right
I
now,
didn't know
it's
if that was
something that's
appropriate.
not going to knock her ass down. You know. But she's having some fun, and I'm not going to get into it here. I wouldn't even do it in a regular recording. It would be more of a private conversation. Things I told her. I said, well, let's just say Mom, I'm glad you're enjoying this. I'm glad you're getting comfortable with this because that's where I need to shut up there. And of course, Andrew puts in the chat room, he puts like a looks like a squirt gun emoji on there. So, but yeah, for you, all those thousands of people right now that are into guns that are watching this, there you go. My mom loves shooting shit. So don't piss her off if you come to Butler Township in Ohio.
That's nice. Good,
uh,
good, good, good for her.
uh, you know,
Has she went to like a gun show or anything like that?
uh, I wouldn't be surprised if that's going to be in her future plans.
I would love to go. I haven't been for quite some time. Me and Dustin used to go to gun shows, but up by Hare Arena and all that.
Mm-hmm. Bill
Yeah,
Goodman's Gun and Knife Show. Call a buddy, bring a friend. Gee, haven't heard that ad in a while, but every time that came on, everybody did the lyrics just like that.
and then it says.
Mm-hmm. Bill
I
Goodman's.
don't
Yeah, it's
know
like,
who the fuck decided to put that banjo at the end, but they were fucking on some shit right there.
well, it's like when you every time you go into Menards, you have to hear that damn Menards, and it's stuck in your head all day every time. Oh my god.
Yeah, Ohio problems, right? Everybody else is
Yes.
like, "What the fuck are they talking about?"
Sherrod Brown. Sherrod, if you're watching this from Ohio later on, you're gonna be like, shut the fuck. Everybody's so tired of hearing these Sherrod Brown ads. Uh,
Not impressed with that guy,
um,
honestly. Anyways, I
oh,
was gonna say if she likes to do that, maybe we could do a gun show. You know, a group, take a group out there, have some fun.
I'll have to go through the guidelines to see what you could show when it comes to actually physical gun use, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I wasn't even meaning that. Just like us.
Oh yeah, fuck the rest of you. Sorry about that. uh, see, that's what you get here when you meet us down in the man cave. Speaking of gatherings and whatnot, you sent me some photos from the barrel. Is that a new barrel? It seemed
Yes.
like it's stained and whatnot.
Yeah, I kept looking at the old barrel and I was like, well, I need to go through a whole bunch of shit to make this work and cut it up how I want. So I got
Yeah.
on the old dangerous Facebook marketplace and started swiping through there and I found this one. Man, good
It's
price. $100. It's actually from France.
where the
Real
naked ladies
nice.
dance. I'll be damned.
I like it a lot though.
I can't
Can't share it.
figure out how to share it on right. And I mean, if it wasn't a live duh, I'd share it later, especially that video. But yeah, and as I was watching that, I noticed it was like that looks a little different because just the stain work alone, but
Hmm.
the fact that it has that door inside, that you know what that makes me think of. I remember seeing something like that years ago, where it's like a mini bar.
Hmm.
So
Yep. I wanted to put like, you know, whatever liquor bottles or make a nice little. What's that?
oh, it's just a text thing I forgot to put up. Oh,
Oh,
this is what I was going to put up there.
oh.
Friday was that right? No, that's today's. I thought I had fixed one where it said November. Oh well, no big deal. Um, but yeah, it was a top surface, right?
Yeah, I got to put that together still, and then that'll be the round table. Pretty much done there, and then we can start experimenting with camera placement, perhaps, and lighting, maybe.
Uh, yeah, that's definitely gonna not take a little while, but definitely some um, stand-ins and stuff like that. But that's
Yeah, we're gonna have to
hearsay stuff.
experiment to make it look right.
I'm telling you right now, what will and I already have got a good idea from it. the way I have my softbox sitting up here, that would probably be the key thing to do for that, to have lights kind of up above, shooting down at the 35-degree angle. That way it has a nice soft shine and you don't have to worry about the lights getting in the way of the cameras and stuff like that. Because it's, like, let's say all the lights right now, granted behind you are showing, that's fine. But up above where you don't want it showing, it's just easier to camouflage that stuff.
Yep.
So there you go. There's a lot of lighting trick for you folks out there.
It
Or
should
just
be
watching
rather easy to, the way the loft is up there. Should be
yeah.
easy to hang some lights or something.
Oh, yeah. So Andrew had to point out the days the 25th. I know. I was messing around with this text thing earlier and I wasn't even going to, it doesn't matter. Thanks for pointing out what I wasn't really wanting to show. I'm trying to get used to, Andrew, you know this enough by now with us using Riverside. You also know that we haven't done hardly any live streams. I haven't messed around with this stuff before. So, I mean, here we go. You could, instead of, let me say, you could applaud on how well we're doing, right? Thank you. I appreciate that.
Remember back in like fucking, like one of our very first episodes when you hit that and it fucking sounded like the ocean? It was crazy.
It was
loud.
uploading it very slowly. I mean, it was just, I know. And of course, right now, I'm curious if it'll play this smoothly.
Are you a complete loser? Well, go open a can of Meet Us in the Man Cave beer. It friggin' tastes awesome. Drink responsibly. Only available at Bubba.
That's pretty clear to me.
They've been working on some stuff here, or either that you were absolutely right. Probably the best time to do all this stuff is late at night. Because we've got over 100,000 people watching this right now with Facebook and YouTube. And Andrew was just chatting up a storm with us here, taking up all it's that.
Like, I think it's part of the what is it? China isn't stealing much of the Starlink bandwidth right now. Maybe.
Probably. Oh, speaking of stealing, I said I had a FedEx story. Andrew, you'll like this. Yep. Okay, I recently ordered a new iPhone. It's gotten to be that time. This little guy right here is just getting tired. The battery sure as hell showing me that, and I use it a lot with work. So I ordered one. It was going to be delivered here, and to make a long story short, and since it did happen, I'm glad it happened this way. I was notified that my phone has been misplaced.
Oh.
So I called, and to make a long story short, it was stolen off the truck. That sucks, but I'm glad it happened on their end before they delivered it here, if you know what I mean. Because they could debate it with me all day long. So, yeah. I got to wait another week or two, which is fine. I'm not, these people that say, I got to have the new iPhone right now. No, I just want to have a battery where I don't have to worry about charging it constantly while I'm working. So,
well, I figured they would have like overnighted you or like,
well, it wasn't
shipping or something.
Yeah. I did. I don't know. It just, I mean, I would just go up to the store and get it myself, but with work and everything else, in all honesty, with Thursday, Fridays, I just don't want to go up to the Green. I don't want to go into the Apple store and wait. If I don't have to go to a mall at all whatsoever, man, damn you, Amazon. This is what you've done to me. I just want to sit on my ass and buy shit.
Okay, so wait a minute here. Oh my God. I wondered where you were talking to him at. Jeez.
What's that? Oh, Andrew?
Yeah.
Oh, the live
stream chat. I was oh my God.
I didn't know. I didn't even so yeah, you could actually message him there. And apparently Well, as you can see, he's watching us through YouTube. So if anybody's on Facebook and leaves comments, it'll come to the chat room here as well. So that's really nice. We don't have to, have Facebook on one monitor and YouTube on the other. All the conversation comes right through here. And technically, I don't know how, maybe I don't have it set up properly, but anytime somebody leaves a message, like Andrew typed in, it's a vibe, I guess, in YouTube, it's supposed to come up on the screen. But maybe I don't have something set up right. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that. I just from some stuff that I've seen. So yeah, it says message everyone, send a message to Riverside, YouTube, and Facebook audience. So I theoretically, I guess you could send them or respond to. I don't know, Chris. I have no idea. Or if you're just seeing the messages. Man, I bet we've just lost. Oh yeah, I can. I bet we just lost a ton of viewers right now.
So many.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I was gonna look for some emojis, but I can't find any.
Shit. I wonder if you could do it on your keyboard.
I was just gonna drop some eggplants,
Oh well, somehow I just scared the hell out of myself. I thought I lost everything. So let's see here. On my Mac, I can. It didn't send it, or yeah. It said it twice. It has as it meet and Mister. I don't know if you can see that, but it sent mine twice.
That's not very good, but
it's easier for me since I got a Mac. It's it's using the same
yeah
because I could.
There it is.
Did it pop up?
He found it.
Oh, Andrew, by the way, if you watch our lot with Nick Malpagano, he just used the app, and I'm going to have to go through that and maybe show how that's done. He just used the Riverside app as if you only wanted to use your phone. And if you'll notice the quality from the video from Nick's end, it was very damn clear. So just thought I'd just share that with you because I know you were asking me questions about podcasting and stuff like that. So I could talk to you about that later. I mean, it's kind of unnecessary now, but I just noticed that Nick's quality was pretty damn clear on his phone since he was using the app. So, and he didn't use headsets or anything like that, which with the phone you don't need to apparently if you're using the app. So that's pretty cool, especially when you're asking, hey, do you want to be a special guest on here? And if they don't have a bunch of equipment and most people just use their phone, it's just probably a lot easier. So, trying to think if there's anything else. Well, I've got Chris and Andrew and thousands of others right now. Oh, there's 6 chats going on. Oh, that's the 3 of us. It's just doubled it. It's dick teasing. Have either one of you seen any movies here recently?
Nope. I keep pre-ordering and I keep buying movies off of like Apple and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can't get around to fucking watching them, especially when my fucking wife's reading books. You know what I'm saying?
Reading, it's not good for the brain.
No, anyways, I need to get caught up. I want to watch Strange Darling still, and Alien Romulus. I really want to see. I mean, I saw Joker 2. I don't know if you want to talk about that though.
I figured it out, guys. I was listening to you, Chris. I just figured out how to do it. You see it?
No. What's that?
Okay. I looked on. I hovered over Andrew's message, and it said, "Here, I'll try it again." It says basically, I'm reading what it says. I talked to my buddy We love to do a dry run, and actually, and then it says show on the stream, and I want to adjust that to 20 seconds. So, well, shoot. So now it's on the.
Okay, that's cool.
Pretty cool.
Yes.
There you go. Awesome. See, learned this together here. So, watch what you say, Andrew.
Very
You're
nice,
on the
very
live stream
nice.
now. Yeah, we'll go over that stuff down the road here soon, Andrew. Andrew, did you see anything recently? I know I asked you about. I figured I'd ask again because I'm kind of waiting to talk about Terrifier 3. I can't say anything about it unless I'm surprised Jake hasn't been on here. Where the hell's Jake at?
Might be busy.
Yeah, he's probably got a new girlfriend. You don't have time for us anymore.
Yeah, that's all right.
Well, let's see. I guess we'll go ahead and start focusing on ending this here soon after Andrew responds. And Andrew, while you're watching or listening, I'll catch up with you if you want sometime this weekend or tomorrow. I'll tell you what, I love having this problem. I'm sorry to rub it in for some of you out there, but when you have a 3-day weekend, sometimes it's just I get my Fridays and Saturdays confused. Like, what day is it again? It's a good problem.
Because then you realize it's only Friday.
Yes. Oops, clicked the wrong one.
So is there a way that that can do that every time?
What's that?
Yeah, just did it.
I have to click on it. It's very simple. Yeah, whatever. Like if I look at yours right there, I'll show it on the stream. I just hover my cursor over it, tap on it.
Because I'm thinking
it's really simple. I just have to pay attention
if we
to that.
ever get to the point where, it's a lot of people or something like that.
Yeah.
If we wanted it to show on screen, wondered how that would go.
Zodiac special, and see, all I'm doing is hovering over it. Oh, lost connect. Damn it. What I do with my, that's something Santa needs to buy me for Christmas is a new trackpad. And I think it's in the living room because I think my trackpad just died on me. Some bitch.
Hey, he's getting ready to watch Trap.
Yeah.
I did hover over it or like glaze past that. I think that's the new Josh Hartnett. Is that his name?
Don't know. I can't do anything right now with my trackpad being dead.
M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I would show he's getting ready to watch Trap on Max. But I my trackpad, it's just sometimes I have to plug it in to charge it up, and I don't know if it was trying to tell me that my battery's dead or not. It could be. But this thing, it doesn't even have a taptic feed in it anymore, which sucks. Let's see if that helped any. Nope, it didn't. I'll just tolerate it for a few more minutes. Well, Chris.
Yeah, he said he was in Halloween age 20. Whatever happened to him, man? He kind of like went away from Hollywood, I think.
I'll be back. I want to try to fix that if you're asking him.
Well, yeah, okay. I was talking. Well, yeah. I'll just ask Andrew then. What do you think happened to him, man? Last time I saw that dude was like not H2O. Was it Black Hawk Down? I think he was in Black Hawk Down. Wasn't he, Scott? You don't have your headphones on. I could say anything in the world about him right now and he wouldn't notice. What should I say, guys? Talk about
All
how
right,
much
what
of a
did I?
caring and great person. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Okay. Hey,
Is
when was the last time you saw Josh Hartnett? Black Hawk Down?
what the? Oh, there we go. Myself, yeah, I think that was the last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
I used to like him. He was in another one I liked. Wicker Wicker Park, I think is the name of it. And then Andrew brought up he was in H2O, Halloween H2O.
Yeah. Oh, I know what movie it was that I seen him in. Um. Trying to. Damn it. Shit. No, I can't even think of the name of it. It had Bruce Willis, uh, Jessica Alba. It's kind of a. It was a comic book movie.
Sin City?
Yes. He was like in the very beginning part of that.
Hmm.
That's technically the last one I had seen him in.
Okay. I don't recall that.
Yep. If you watch the very beginning of it,
I think I was too busy watching Jessica Alba or something.
this is right before she pops into it. Right before. Yeah, it's like at the very beginning. And he's, I think if I remember correctly, um he kills a woman in the beginning of it.
Hmm. Yikes.
Um God damn. It's been actually it's been a long time since I've seen that one. A long time. Oh boy.
Who
Well,
do
I'm
you
trying to think
want
of.
to check Gmail?
Yeah, I just sent him this in case he wanted to pop in real quick before we got out. Um to see if that was me sending it to me. No, just on the screen. That's what I said. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I can't wait until they have this ready for Instagram, honestly. Because I feel like
Is that coming?
it's
That'd be
supposed
cool.
to. Yeah, it's supposed to. That's why I decided to hell with it. I'm gonna go ahead and pay the extra 15 because I'm hoping it boosts up to 1080p and gets rid of the waterworks. And if it doesn't go, if I don't like it, then I'll just discontinue it. I'm not worried about it.
Hmm.
And
That'll be cool. I've never went live on any accounts that I have.
I'll just have to. I mean, let's see here on YouTube. I haven't even checked to see how it's looking on YouTube. Let's see here. I'll go to that. I've really got to make sure who's ever like I got to make sure I check the echo because I can hear myself and it's not that bad, but I really think that's the echo cancellation. Hey, you know what's funny, Chris?
Hmm.
On YouTube, you're clear as a bell. Mine is kind of shady looking.
Hmm.
It's real blocky on my end. What are the odds of that?
Not good.
I kid you not. It's so funny. If you could see it right now, it's the exact opposite. Yours is clear. Mine is like moving in. What was it?
I do kind of see it.
Okay. I heard something like, why am I hearing that conversation? Real good. You're checking on your phone.
Man, it is clear.
All you
All
gotta
right.
do
Well,
is
yeah,
mute.
that's gonna be.
Oh well. I'm not worried about it. Oh well. And then if yeah, well, let me see. I gotta see. I just gotta see here. Facebook, see if that's clear. Now why is now that I think about it, why the hell is mine so poor?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's mine sucks on Facebook.
Damn. Sorry.
And I like how on the profile page, it actually has a circle going around the I guess the avatar, and it says live on Facebook.
I can't find that.
What's that?
The feed for Facebook.
Um, you can't. Shit, that sucks. Maybe it does show that it's locked. It says only me. Well, that's fucked up.
I was gonna say I can't. I don't see it.
Let me put save. There we go. People could finally see us on Facebook now. See if you can find it now. I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad I'm checking all
There
these
we
things.
go.
I'm glad we're going through this now, Chris.
Now the profile picture has turned red and now it says live.
Yeah.
There it is.
So, damn. Like I said, I'm glad we're figuring all this stuff out now.
Yeah. There it goes.
I gotta. Could you do me a favor?
Oh, now we gotta wait. Now we gotta test this out more.
Yeah. Could you put? Oh no, that's me. That's me. Never mind.
What is it?
I was gonna ask you if you could put your phone on mute because I was hearing more of a, but that was the audio from your phone.
Yeah, that was the audio from the phone.
Okay.
I'll pop another beer then, because I
Okie
want to
dokie.
find out now that they can see us.
Hey, what the hell? This is interesting. When I click on Facebook, it's showing me. This is wow. That is so cool. When I go onto Facebook, he can't hear me. This is interesting. Overview, your replies, live chat. What just happened? You're now watching a live video on, huh?
What'd you do now?
When I'm seeing this on Facebook, it's showing me like a full screen. And I'm trying to get back to, let me just exit that. There we go. I don't know what I did, but it just showed the full screen. All right. So, yeah, we get.
So, did you give me a beer named War Mullet?
Let me get back over to Riverside so I can see it clear. You show that one more time up on your screen?
I didn't even put it up there yet. I'm still looking at this.
Yeah, I sure did.
War Mullet is what you gave me. That's
War
awesome.
mullet.
Oh, he's got the heads on pikes and all types of medieval shit here. You're trying to get me fucked up, huh?
Well, now that we thankfully figured out, it says live 3 right now. I wonder if somebody's trying to get on here. Interesting. But now that we figured out what was going on with, hey, there's Dustin. He's in the chat room right now. Let me get over here. This is
talkie.
But it's showing. There we go. We finally figured out what was going on Facebook, folks. So I do apologize. It's a good thing that we're going through all these little issues right now. That way, when we actually do go on the live stream next Friday, we'll understand all the things that are screwed up on here. So yes, apparently on Facebook, I had to do something so simple and switch it over from only me to public. So that's what the issue was. I know it sounds so obvious to maybe some people, to others, but it didn't tell me that shit. So how's that beer taste?
This smells like it's got a grapefruit um, scent to it. Mm. Huh.
Uh, yeah, that's not the kind of response you want to hear from a beer company right now. So, how'd your beer taste, sir? Huh.
This does not taste like grapefruit.
No, it's got a little bit of an oaky afterbirth flavor to it.
That is very dry. That is okay. Now that I'm getting used to it, it's good. But I definitely did not expect that. I thought it was
So Dustin asks, "Are we starting a no shave November early, boys?" Yeah.
I'm, I haven't shaved since I was like, well, I take that back. I did have to shave for my newest job. Had to have a respirator fitting, so I had to shave. But I'm trying to grow it back in. But I've had a beard since I was like 17, in some way, shape, or form.
I'm one of these kind of guys that when I get bored, I either shave completely for a while or or I just get lazy and not shave. And you know what's scary now that we're talking about this, as I get older, and I think this happens to all men, you go through transitions. Like in my case, I used to have more hair at one time, believe it or not. So in my 30s, I remember having, I think that was the last time I was having a full beard. I was like less two-toned on my face, if that makes any sense. Because I had
It must be the Appalachia in us, man. Because the Irish, the Scottish, the whatever, the German, all that shit. I'm like a calico cat right here.
I
I've got gray in there. I've got red in there. I've got brown. I've got black. I've got blonde. I'm all over the place.
yeah, I had let's see, in soccer, I had one particular player that said I look like a skunk.
Why?
I was like a skunk. And I was told, it was like, well, it's because it's white in the front. And I'm like, oh. Then I had and then that's where I got to thinking about those advertisements of people that these men that dye their beard. I'm like, no, I no.
No.
I'll shave the shit off before I do that. That's just that ain't my style. So I
Agreed.
Dancy or Dustin, I just it just depends on the mood. Do I once I get to the point, usually it's like when it's ironic when it's hot, I don't want anything on my face. I don't want my neck. I just want to feel cool. But this year, one of our hottest summers we had, for some reason, I don't know. I got lazy this year and just decided not to. And it's so funny. It is what it is. Who knows? Watch when it gets real cold. I'll shave it all off again.
You
It
know
won't
what?
make any sense.
Now that he's in here, you should go ahead and repeat that about your mother there.
Yeah.
That whole story.
Actually, I'll go ahead and repeat that for Facebook,
Enjoy.
everything in general. Like I said, we had issues. We got it kind of figured out. Oh, I got to actually put it up on the actual screen here again. Go to YouTube. November 1st, which is next Friday, Chris and I are going to be doing a live stream watch along, and I'm trying to make sure I actually go to the YouTube channel to share this screen again. And let me scroll this up here a little bit. Go back over to Riverside. I got to do this and that. And here we go.
We need a moderator.
Yes. So as you're seeing here, hopefully that is sharing. Yes. Okay. In February, what the hell? November 1st, it looks like we're going to be watching next Friday a watch along of the 1974 Black Christmas and how that works. We won't actually be sharing that on the screen. You'll just do a watch along. We'll do a countdown if you want to watch it on YouTube, like what we'll be doing. We'll count down from like 5, 4, 3, and then hit play on your phone, your computer, however you're going to watch it. And yes, and from the looks of it so far, it is Black Christmas. It's winning the race. And unless that changes anytime between now and next Friday, then we'll be watching the original 1974. The same guy who directed Gremlins, who also directed the 1974 Black Christmas.
Oh my God, Gremlins.
Yep.
I
The
haven't
same
seen that in
guy.
so long. Ah. And
And
hey, side note here.
yeah.
You know those pictures I sent you of Land of Illusion? We took the girls to.
Yeah.
So cool, but right outside of one of their attractions, they had a projector and movies playing.
Uh-huh.
As you're going through the line, guess what came on? Took me back. Nostalgia was Little Shop of Horrors. Oh my god, so good. Rick Moranis and Tisha Campbell. Oh my god, it was so great. See more. I want more. See more. Oh my god.
It's yeah, I was trying so hard to think of his name recently, Rick Moranis, and it's so weird that you seeing that, bringing that up because I came across as the short videos of taking over the world, the shorts, the TikToks or whatever.
Yeah.
But somebody had copied a skit that I remember from Second City where him and John Candy and Eugene Levy, where they're doing a song from the 80s, and they're just three guys that are horrible in their band. They're all three actually could play their instruments well. And I would watch that video and I would just laugh so hard because just how well they pulled off being terrible at what they were doing. Acting like they can't sing at all, they can't play their instruments, and I'm sitting there going like, "Damn it, what is his name?" Rick it was driving me nuts. It took go to that haunted house to see that on the screen to be reminded. It
I
was a
used to
song.
love that movie when I was younger, man. I used to love Little Shop of Horrors. That movie was great.
That used to when that movie came out. I know at one time, I think even at Kings Island, they were doing kind of like live stage performances of that movie.
I
So
think that is I think that is criminally, I won't say underrated, but almost forgotten. I don't think anybody talks about it anymore. But that movie was great. I loved it. Anyways, I
sure.
sidetracked your story there.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I was actually checking on Facebook again, trying to understand why is it that my upload is so. Oh well, I can't do nothing about it. I can't sit here and worry about it. It is what it is. So
Elon's
yeah,
got my back.
Chris, you brought up something since Dustin, if he's still here. Um, I think we caught up with the whole once again what we're doing next Friday, November 1st, probably around 9 o'clock. Watch along, blah blah blah. Dustin, yes, if you're still here, for all you gun enthusiasts out there, if I'm gonna warn you now, right now, if you ever come to Ohio around Butler Township, uh, don't piss off a woman who's in her early 70s because she's having fun shooting her gun.
Yes. Just all of the all of the women in the early 70s. Don't fuck with them.
Yeah, had a little rhyme there. Didn't realize it. She's having fun shooting a gun. She's really getting into it. My mom is. That's what she keeps on saying. I mean, with the world we live in today, right? When you hear about foolish individuals in this world, foolish individuals in this world, when it's reported on whatever network you choose to listen to, you usually don't hear the word fun followed with.
I think it's fun.
Well, yeah, but you have to go back to what I was stating earlier. Foolish individuals in this world. People that really don't even have the right to have any freedoms. Do not, you know what I mean? Should not be a part of this conversation or anything about this. But yeah, my mom, she's really getting into it. And um and I'll repeat once again, since Facebook is now paying attention, it is great. um I was over at my parents' house working on the car, and the FedEx guy shows up, and I wanted to basically to help because he's not as mobile as he once was. And yeah, sorry, I forgot. I did something I didn't bring up earlier. I got a dog that's not feeling too well, but he, I went to go grab the packages for him, and he was even thinking, well, that's probably the ammo I ordered. Well, my mom, they've been texting back and forth as I'm working on my car, and he's sharing somewhat of what she's saying. She's anxious to get home from work, so they go out in the backyard and start shooting again. And I guess he's telling my mom well, I think the ammo's here. I didn't tell you that, Chris, but anyways, I go grab these boxes from the FedEx guy. They're light as a feather, and I'm thinking that's definitely not their ammo. So I hand it to Brian, and he's like, "Oh shit, your mom's gonna be pissed off. She was really wanting to shoot tonight." So I guess I have to be nicer to my mom, or we'll hear some sick ass stories on Channel 7 probably soon.
Yikes. Stop, or my mom will shoot.
That's exactly right.
What an awful movie.
For some reason, I also had, for just one moment when he said that, I'm like, no, that wasn't it. That's not what he was referring to. Throw Mama from a Train, because that was a great movie. I love that movie. It's been ages since I've seen that. But I think of Danny DeVito. Oh, it's just like a Flintstones car wash, just a little apart from the scene of the movie. Oh man,
what a legend.
So yeah, I think Chris, are you going to be ready for this next Friday to watch? What? Okay, I should have asked you this. Have you? Till like I was born yesterday. Have you ever seen the movie Black Christmas, 1974?
I have.
Okay.
I have. I enjoy it. A part of me was really kind of pulling for Texas.
Yeah.
I thought that would have been a lot of fun, but no, I love Black Christmas. It's a staple. It's definitely something. If people haven't seen it, they need to see it. So I'm good with that. Yeah.
Well, you know, if
Good choice, everyone is what I was trying to say there.
yeah, and then of course, you know, down the road, if you know, more people want to, if they like this, if they enjoy it, if it isn't a total train wreck next Friday, hell, we could always go ahead and put that up there.
Do more. I'd love to do more.
You know,
even these. I'd love to do more of these. These are fun.
hell, it's a lot easier for me on the editing part, but then again, I mean, it's going to look like shit. But oh well.
Speak for yourself.
It is. I am speaking for myself because my end it looks like it's recording in, what is it, 340p?
What are you recording with, a potato?
That's right. I'm recording with the Mr. Potato Head 5000. I'm using RCA cords and everything else, and you know, the top of the line tinfoil as my antenna.
You're Ross.
Yes.
You're Sputnik.
Yeah, it's showing that I'm recording in 1080p, just like you. Oh, you know what really sucks?
What's that?
It's showing that mine's uploading. And see, this is what doesn't make any sense. This is where I'm completely lost. Mm-hmm. When I look over to Facebook and YouTube, I'm all pixelated, you know, like recording at 340p or whatever. Mm-hmm. But according to Riverside, but this is their cloud system. I'm uploading at 99%. Yours, on the other hand, is at 58%. Doesn't make any sense, does it?
Unless, I mean, Metronet. Let's put the folks into what we're talking about here, right? Because Scott technically has 1 gig upload, 1 gig download. Like he has fiber optics, he has Metronet, he has like a really good. That's why he's so confused right now. And I'm kind of on Elon Musk's Starlink here. I'm connected to the stars up there. But yeah, that's real strange.
Yeah.
That should not be happening, especially with your speeds. That's
Yeah,
insane.
yeah. That's why I'm trying to tell myself, don't think about it too much. It's I, I'll just try. If anything, what I'll do before next Friday, I'll go ahead and reboot my modem and all that. Hell, it can't hurt. But I'm
Only thing I
Dustin.
was thinking about is if they have like an outage or something that they're working on in the near area.
Yeah, that could be
That's
it
the only
too.
thing I could think of.
Apparently, this will be Dustin's first time of seeing Black Christmas. It's Black Christmas really was what inspired John Carpenter. When we see
Mhm.
Halloween, you could see a little bit of the yeah. There's no doubt about it. I mean, John, he didn't copy it per se, but there is a you could yeah. It's you know what? I don't want to ruin it. And of
It's like
course, she
a tip of the hat thing.
yeah, it works for him. Yeah, yeah. It's a POV. I'll just put it that way. Point of But yeah, I haven't watched Black Christmas. I refused. I tried watching the reboot and I watched the first 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, nah, I'm not wasting my time with that crap.
You know what? I haven't seen that. Um,
You ain't missing anything.
I was gonna say, I didn't think so. I've only seen the original. Mm.
Probably another disappointment on reboots that I would have to consider. Grant, there's a long list of them. Is The Omen. That is it starts off in the very beginning completely different from the original, and I'm thinking, okay, it's gonna go somewhere else, and then all of a sudden it wants to follow the same, almost same script, the same steps. I'm like, okay, we just got bullshitted here. Typical reboot bullshit.
Yeah.
um I don't want to go down that path, but yeah. Let's see. We got the gun we talked about situation, which was entertaining for all you gun enthusiasts out there again. Cars talked about, I think we got a lot of stuff here off of our chest, the movies, the horror stuff. Oh, and of course, since Facebook is technically on, I want to make sure I plug that once again. Um, Chris and I last week, actually, it was uploaded here recently. If you haven't checked that out on the YouTube channel, and a lot of you horror fans out there, all you Halloween Michael Myers fans, if you have not checked it out, we had Nick Malpagano on as a guest. That was a great podcast. So go check that out if you want to learn more about Mr. Malpagano. And then in about 2 weeks, Chris and I will have another guest. Technically, it'll be 3 weeks for you guys because, yeah, I got to edit it. But we're going to have another great guest on here. And his name is, well, he's got a workshop, a masquerade workshop. It's actually, his name's Aaron Tyler, and he's done a lot of interesting stuff, especially with rehauls and all that. In fact, Chris, there's a mask sitting behind me that Simon Edwards, you're very familiar with that mask, the whole eye cutout ordeal.
Sure am.
I actually bought that mask from because Aaron was selling that. We've got another one here. We got another one. Here we go. Danielle.
Hang on, hang on, hang on. I got one.
We got another
I got
one.
one.
Daniel Garcia is watching us on YouTube. What up, boys? I'll tell you, we are having, like Patrick Swayze, the time of our lives right now. We truly are, and I'm sure we'll have more fun as we did with Damn, I sound like a fucking DJ right now. As we had Nick Malpagano and Aaron Taylor with Masquerade Workshops. I'm looking forward to that. And I know he's pretty excited about seeing us on here. Please try to let me get this right here. Chris, what do you say about this one? Please try to get Terry Lambert on.
We respect the hell out of Terry. We understand everything that he's got going on, and he's a busy man, and he's damn good at what he does. And we will continue to try because we respect him that damn much. But yes, we will try for sure.
Yes, that's the best way I couldn't yeah, couldn't put it any better. We will try. I know we've communicated with I know I've had more of a I don't want to say a personal relationship with him in the past, but Terry and I did used to talk, privately quite a bit in the past. And it's not my place to share with the world Terry's business right now. So all I could say is, Terry, if you're watching, listening, bud, I do miss you. I hope that we do get a chance. And if not, um, I do need to reach out to you again here in the near future just to see what's been going on. And yes, he's private, and I respect that. And it would be great because Terry he's a very, in all honesty, he's a very nice, he's a super nice guy. And I miss our conversations. I mean, Terry and I would talk probably more things outside of the realm, if you know what I mean. Cars and
Oh
women,
my god,
guy
I
stuff.
I
Yeah.
can only imagine the car conversations I get in with Terry.
That's honestly,
Ah,
that's what I Daniel, I get it. You would love to have Terry on here because of his famous warlocks. And I understand 1000%. But there's that car enthusiast part, especially because Terry, he likes the old, muscle cars like myself. Yeah. Oh, now I'm starting to like, God damn, Terry, come on.
yeah, but I mean,
That's
yeah.
a good question, Daniel. I like I said, we'll just keep our fingers crossed. That's yeah.
hmm That's really all we can do.
Did you have three of his masks?
Oh, Daniel, please share with us what you got. Type that in there.
Yeah. I love this feature, by the way. Putting this up on the screen. This is so
Oh,
cool.
it's fucking yeah, it's great.
I may be blocky and shit, and I apologize about. Shut up, Scott. I can't control that, but
See,
I love that stuff.
I kept seeing the potential for it. That's why I wanted to you know, get some traction on it, get going on it. I really the machine that was behind it, I knew would be just so much fun.
Oh yeah.
Just sitting here, just chopping it up with everybody. I mean, I know it's going to be a blast. I love
Yeah.
our regular stuff, but stuff like this is just we can just sit here and just bullshit and be ourselves.
You know
We don't have to
what?
put on no act or anything. Not that it's an act. I'm gonna shut up.
You're making me pour out. You're making me bring out some of the yeah, okay. Just wait for some responses here.
Scott,
Since
that was. I feel like you need a glass of water after that.
it never hurts to have that day, it's like if you're going to now, have you tried there's another one that I know that's over there that I brought. You guys are making
I feel like
Dustin,
I'm in the Sahara right now.
come on. When I don't even have to. When we're over at Chris's man cave, this is what's going to happen. Even here, brother, this is what's going to happen. And I'm not double fisted tonight. I just my poor little boy over there, not Zach, but Dozer. Yeah, Dozer is not feeling well today, and why I just
All right,
he's laying right over here to my left, and which is nice because that's the first he's been moving around. Yes, there we go. No, I'm
Okay,
waiting
no.
to see what you think of that.
I'm gonna give you one more chance. This thing is rowdy, man. Look at this dude on the front. He looks like
Oh, that
almost reminds me of Deathstroke.
I don't think I've actually tried that one yet, Chris, because
Fuck.
I've got some out by my bar. Which, by the way,
Fuck, you're setting me up here. Speed Castle. Speed Castle.
you got her foot in, Scott. Yeah,
I'm gonna let you take that one.
I'm as long as you're Daniel, look, I don't know what's going on here, but
Wait,
we're having
Daniel,
fun, right?
Daniel, please tell us your the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail.
Oh, I know what. Since I'm not doing any advertisement,
Daniel, please tell us your Lambert masks.
there.
Your CGPs, please. Hey, I don't even have that shirt yet. Damn it.
Question: can I do it with my butt cheeks?
That works in so many different scenarios.
The Holy Grail. What's
okay?
Now, see, I don't think I've tried that one yet. I know I've already said that.
All right, you're cooking on this one. You got something. You got something going.
I got blinding lights. It's been a while. See, folks, this is what happens. I did this on purpose with Facebook.
That is. That's got a little bit of orange, a little bit of lemon going on.
Lemon. Interesting.
That's tasty.
Folks, if you are actually watching us for the very first time here on Meet Us in the Man Cave, and this is a live stream, it's not normally this. I know I need to shut up about the upload, the poor quality from my end. It is what it is. But normally, Chris and I, when we have recorded podcasts, part of Meet Us in the Man Cave is we always have this little what are you drinking? And we have a lot of fun where we usually bring in something new most of the time. Hey, I found ... and trying it for the first time. And we've had one hell of a run for, let's say, 6 to 8 months now where it's been thumbs up. But Chris had a bad experience with a badass looking can.
It wasn't a bad experience. It was just
not again.
Not what I was expecting. No.
If there's another one there, save it for me. I'll take care of it. Or Dustin can have it. Do you hear that, Dustin?
Speed Castle is a winner. That's a winner, though.
Oh, they stocked up on some more, at Kroger today. Rheingeist. They stocked up on the, yeah.
Right now, I think I have, with those last two you brought over. Did you bring two?
I brought a 6-pack 1 week and a 6-pack the other. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm like 7 or 8 12-packs over here.
Well, if you need any more, let me know. I can stop and get some more tomorrow.
That's a lot of beer.
Danielle, I want to repeat showing this here again. You got her foot in the door. And of course, after that, you repeated the Holy Grail, which obviously we were talking about the Terry Lambert's line with the Warlocks. I'm assuming. What was the other one? What was the other one again? Help me out, guys. God, it's been a while. Fear? His other Myers lineup. I can't remember the name of it right now. See, that's what I got all.
What's Lambert's Damned, right? Damned? Is it a Damned?
Well, hell, I got the Damned right down there. His H6. And then, of course, the Blood Tears right here. And sitting on the beer fridge is my Warlock, my first Warlock. I'm not going to turn the camera, guys. It's kind of locked on this tripod.
Justin
All right.
Mabry. Oh,
Show that one.
that's
Justin Mabry.
controversial. You know what? Should we talk about this? If I can have Mabry without Zephyro, then we can talk.
And
if it's a package deal, I'm okay without that.
and Danielle, yeah, that's you have I mean, like, who am I to tell you? No, you can't. There's no such thing as dictatorship, as far as I'm concerned. As long as I'm alive in this country, it better never be that shit. And we're always going to do our best to respect what anybody asks. Of course, everyone's there's going to be something. Oh, go away, mosquito. Yuck.
I got a
hate
fucking
this
fly that's dive bombing me left and right. So if you see me going like this, that's why.
Yeah, I've got a mosquito. I just noticed. But Justin Mabry, unfortunately, no disrespect to him at all whatsoever. It would be difficult, like with Chris Zephyro. Chris Zephyro and I have not had the best history. Let's just put it that way. But then again, I'm not the only person that's been in that situation.
Or me.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's had a good history.
Yeah.
Zephyro. Hey, why don't you never mind.
No.
Why don't you pull
Ironically, that's
little
sitting
bobblehead there.
That's sitting out there in my music room. I don't know why it's out there, but it is. Oh, I know why. When I moved that record player, that stand, I was able to just keep everything there without disconnecting anything. And that bobblehead was, so I was able to, that was the one advantage of this nasty ass carpet. I was able to slide it very slowly. So yeah, bobblehead. That was an interesting time, that's for sure. But I also say I'll bring something else up here too. Sadly, make sure I say this right. Sadly, we've talked about Terry Lambert. How about Chris Zephyro, Trick or Treat Studios? Let's just talk.
That would be one hell of an episode. Could you imagine? I don't know if you spoke to him face to face. Every time I spoke to him, it was over a keyboard, and he's quite the keyboard warrior. Let me tell you.
I really can't go down that road.
I'd lose my shit.
I can't. Daniel's got his Bud Light going on there. The most famous beer in the world, Bud Light. Did you know, actually, Daniel, the most popular drinks in the world, and let me rephrase, in the United States, Bud Light is one. Now, before I say it, I want to have you text it in. What do you think the number actually? This was done back in the 90s. So I don't know if it's changed any, but there were two drinks that were the most popular drinks in the world. Bud Light was one of them. And the other, I won't see if you can guess it before I say anything. Now, I'll give you a hint. It doesn't have to be alcohol. And it's not water, even though that should be it, if you think about it. We need water to survive, folks.
We're talking any liquid beverage ever?
This is beautiful. Talking Myers community and alcohol. What more can you ask for? Daniel, I hope you have got some free time next Friday night, because Chris and I are going to do a watch along. And it looks like Black Christmas, the original one. That's what the community poll on the YouTube channel, that's what people are voting for. And Halloween is at 14%, the original one. The second one was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But you could vote there in the community. So, nope. Dustin's got Corona. God, I haven't had one of those in ages. Corona with the lime. Used to do that all the time when I'd go clubbing back in the day.
Dustin. We got another Dustin?
I guess we do. Yeah, because we got another
No.
Dustin.
Nope, that's him.
Oh, why is his avatar? He doesn't have his car there.
He's switching it up on us.
What the fuck? All right. Well, I'm going to wait a little bit here just to see if anybody guess what that number 2 was. And this was just something that I remember hearing back in the 90s. It's probably still the same because...
Are we waiting for Daniel or can I chime in on this?
I'll give you 30 seconds.
Okay. Give him 30 seconds?
Anybody 30 seconds. Like I said, it doesn't have to be an alcoholic beverage. That's just a hint there.
To chime in?
Yeah, you can.
Coffee.
Believe it or not, coffee is technically my number 1. But that wasn't listed.
That wasn't it?
Remember, this is back in the 90s. And everybody can say, but Scott, we ain't living the fucking 90s anymore. Well, I am musically.
Wow.
Same, Dustin.
Wow.
Yeah, believe it or not, I'll have my coffee up. Oh, yeah. I love the beer. I love my whiskey, but coffee is always going to have a special place in my colon. But
that's right where it wants to be.
Yep. Yep. All right, here it is, folks. Back in the 90s, because there was, I don't know, I think Bud Light, technically in the late 80s, that's when it came out, and then just Bud Light just kept on carrying on, and I was listening to TUE back at the time. This is, there you got it. There you go. Dustin just said it.
Really? I was going to say Coca-Cola if I had a second shot.
Mountain Dew. You're absolutely right.
Dew.
Mountain Dew is with Bud Light at one time, and I was wanting to get to this. Mountain Dew is actually outselling Bud Light because Bud Light was the biggest selling beer. And it just goes, well, it makes sense because you've got more people in a larger age group that could drink Mountain Dew than Bud Light. But Bud Light and Mountain Dew were the kings. I don't know how it is now. When you say coffee, I automatically think of all the coffee shops between Starbucks and independent coffee shops, Dunkin' Donuts, hell, McDonald's, you name it. There's so many damn when seeing kids drinking these cups with straws and it's mainly coffee in it, it's like that what shit wasn't going on back in the 90s.
True.
So who knows? Who knows? I say, fuck it. You just put some Irish whiskey in that list and it'll be, why am I having a British accent right now? I don't know. It's supposed to be Irish and I'm not even close to it.
Yellow dye number 40 or some shit. That's Mountain Dew straight out the can, right?
I'm going to tell you folks right now, I've never been a fan of Mountain Dew. It's just not my poison. It hasn't been. Can't stand the shit.
What?
Cannot stand that shit. Never been a fan of it.
Hey, Voltage is pretty good. If you like Voltage, Dustin, they got a new a Halloween one. It's the Voodoo or something like that. It's pretty good too. But I forever in a day will be a Baja Blast guy. Oh my god! You go to Taco Bell and you get an extra large Baja Blast, man. That thing is.
I will skip getting a beverage from Taco Bell because it's got Pepsi products.
Nick, you know we're trouble.
Yes, Nick. Chris is causing trouble again with all of these other, Hey, I know I brought it up before.
Hooligans.
I know I brought this up before, folks, but I'm going to say it again. If you had not had yet the opportunity to check out the last episode 3, it was uploaded yesterday. I try to remind myself I had worked on it the week before, but Mr. Nick Malpagano, who's right now here in the chat room, make sure I share that again here. He had joined us on Meet Us in the Man Cave. He was a special guest, and Nick actually educated myself. I can't speak for Chris right now, but I just had a great time. It may have not have shown, which
Oh, please.
I,
Like,
I got. I didn't.
like I'm very knowledgeable on shit. I was educated, of course.
Nick, I didn't want to share it then, and honestly, I don't even want to share. I could that day, all day. I was so anxious from the time I got up in the morning, and of course, my day job had to be a major pain. It took me over 2.5 hours just to get from. To give you an idea, Northern Kentucky normally takes about an hour and a half to get there from where I'm at now. It took 2.5 hours that day. And it was already a long day because one of my coworkers decided to call in again. And then on top of that, I had to go pick up my son, which he lives another additional 30 minutes. So I'm anxious to get back, to get started. I'm starting to get tired, and I'm looking forward for Nick to join us on that. And I just felt as I was watching, as I'm editing the video, I'm like, God, Scott, you were just showing no enthusiasm at points because I can remember, oh, I'm so excited he's here. And I hope to God that I don't look grouchy. And I don't, because I felt grouchy at the time. So, so we get caught up here.
He was Nick. He was like a little schoolgirl. He was texting me all week. He was like, "Oh my god, I can't wait."
That's just true, Nick. Remember, if you watch it, you can't. This, folks, if you watch that podcast, if you listen to that podcast, watch it, listen, you won't be able to watch it. But remember, it's only a podcast. It's only a podcast. It's only a podcast. Dustin brought up a moment ago. Have you tried the new Plum? I would imagine that has to do with the voltage that you were speaking of earlier, or was it the Taco Bell stuff?
The Baja Blast, man. Oh my lord, that is the nectar of the gods right there. Mm,
You Pepsi freaks are just, I don't get it.
so good, man.
Nick,
I thought about having an IV ran once. Baja Blast, just right into the main vein. You know what I mean?
well, you've heard me say it before. Unfortunately, I'll say it now, folks. Yes, I'm even going to risk it here on Facebook and YouTube. I've got a Coke problem.
I was gonna give you a minute to clarify what your
I almost was waiting for you to spit out the beer there for a second.
are we talking about rocks? Are we talking about liquid there?
We're talking about the original formula, the Coca-Cola. That's my poison. I've always had a major sweet tooth for not the powder. No, I ain't going there. I actually have a hatred towards that stuff. But Coca-Cola, and there's a reason I'm not going there. But yeah, people have their Mountain Dew, like Chris has his Mountain Dews at the Taco Bell. That's why I don't. If I'm gonna get Taco Bell, which by the way, it don't taste anything like it used to. No, it's well, a lot of things don't take like they used to.
No.
I'll bring it home and open up a can of Coke here and have that stuff with it.
You know, how hard is it to fucking oh sorry, I'm yeah.
We
I'm
gone
going
from
into I'm going into Taco Bell land right now and you're trying to get something else. Sorry.
Taco Bell does that to people. I mean, Dustin, Daniel, Nick.
I just
Am I
want to know
right?
why listen, Mexi Melt needs to stay on the fucking menu. Don't be changing shit around. If you want a Mexi Melt, you need to be able to go get a Mexi Melt. Mexican pizza, that needs to be on the fucking menu. Like, don't fuck with that. I don't like when they mess with the menu. It really pisses me off. Cheesy Gordita Crunch needs to be there. Like chicken quesadilla needs to be there. These are staples. Like when they start fucking with that, it becomes a real problem. I want to riot. I want to have problems.
Chris, I do have one question for you there, though. Just one question.
Okay. Yeah, I do a lot of things with my butt cheeks when I have Taco Bell. Oh man, it's yeah. There's all sorts of things happening, but it tastes so good going in. You know what I mean?
Dustin, yeah, Coke
That's
was,
fact.
yeah,
That's
that's
fact.
true. Back in the day.
This is also when they used to prescribe codeine to housewives when their soldiers were at war, though. Can you
Nick,
imagine that? Going to a doctor and being like, my husband is at war. What do you prescribe me? And he's like, you're
it's
depressed.
it's actually
Here, take
very
some
interesting.
codeine.
Yeah. I mean, it's in the history books if they haven't deleted that yet, but it is in the history books there about that, what the doctors used and all that with uh,
They basically
okay.
turned him into Little Wayne. They took a
Yeah.
bunch of housewives and made him Little Wayne.
Before I share this on the screen here, that way it doesn't go off topic. Well, actually, I should just go ahead in case, because I know, as we all know, Nick's very busy. Nick Malpagano has been sharing a lot of content. He's very busy with the Halloween stuff. So go check out Nick's his YouTube channel right now and Facebook, Nick Malpagano, The Mask Pit. Just that way you get caught up to what he's doing, other than just making mask giveaways. The pumpkin, did you see that yet, Chris? Nick, if you're still here, you could talk more about he's recasting. He found some as he's been going through a lot of stuff at his mask pit. He had found help me out here, Nick. I noticed because I was trying to catch up with everything that's going on. You know how it is. It's like he's got the mold for making a pumpkin, for if he's here, he'll explain. But or you could go watch it on YouTube. It's right there on his YouTube channel. The Mask
Oh, I
Pit.
haven't watched that yet. This question right here
Mhm.
is a good one, though. Very good one.
I know Trick or Treat Studios does great affordable masks, but who else does great masks at a reasonable cost? That is a damn good question.
So, Daniel, before we get into anything here, can you please tell us what reasonable cost, like a high and a low? Like, can you give us like a bracket
There we
to
go.
to stay within?
My old pumpkin molds are 40 years old, older than. Oh, thank you so much, sir, for saying that.
That's a straight up lie, sir.
Oh my God, I love you. Thank you for saying that.
Uh,
But then
that's
again,
great.
he's thinking, Nick. See, this is how intelligent he is. He's thinking as everybody who's watching right now, and there's a very good chance that there's going to be individuals there that are younger than 40. And I tell everyone out there that's younger than 40, take your time. Do not race yourself to get to 35. But yes, I will share that again. Old pumpkin wolf. Wow. Because I got to thinking
40
about
years. Can you imagine that? He's been 40 years.
Nick, since we have Nick here right now, Chris, and I had to kind of fix it because I know I'm guilty of overspeaking. You asked Nick, and it wasn't in the podcast last week. If you can remember, I'm hoping you can remember what he was asking. It was like you were saying with the pumpkin that you have that you purchased from him,
Yeah.
and something about the original mold. Does that sound familiar? What you were trying to ask?
I guess what I was trying to ask, because I think he drew his molds off of an actual pumpkin, and he does the actual H1 uh, pumpkin. And then for the H40, anybody who orders the H40, he takes an H1 pumpkin and he melts it down into an H40. Is that what you were getting at?
And just to be the safe side, Chris, could you repeat that again? Because I felt like I interrupted you. Or did I?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I didn't, because I know you really seemed like you really wanted that question to be answered. There we go. Okay.
Yeah. No, it was just I wanted to know like how close he felt like he was getting, like consistency, I guess,
Yes, it's molded from a real pumpkin. Okay.
which sounds that's impressive. That's cool.
Now, Danielle, since we have Mr. Nick Malpagano here with us, a gentleman who's an extremely talented artist, and I don't know if you, Daniel, have come across Nick's, work before, but I'm going to share your question again. That way, if Nick hasn't seen it,
Yeah, very quickly.
um, Nick might be able to answer. But then again, if you want to check out his work, he definitely answered some questions about that. And if you want to go check out, he might be able to help you out there. But then I don't want to put him on the spot or anything like that. So
All right, let me segue a little bit here.
the H40 pumpkin is from the same mold, but melted with the heat gun. Yeah, Chris loved that. That was
Yeah, that's fucking great, man. That's who else? I mean, that's really just taking a primal instinct and like applying it to mass making and pumpkin making, I guess. That's being like, okay, how did they do this? Let me just heat it up so that it starts to melt and then kind of squish it down. I think that's, you know, some of the simplest ideas are some of the most brilliant, I think.
Well,
It's just practical. I appreciate it.
and
Daniel,
yes,
what was I gonna? Oh God, I was going somewhere. Have you ever considered trying to work on your own mask if you are worried about something at a reasonable cost? Say, get a blank in and then work on it by yourself.
it's fun.
Yeah, it's a good
Nick is
experience.
here. I know Chris has, sorry. Well, someday Chris may have it as well, but Nick has, let's see. Okay. Let me share this right here. Nick has a lot of tutorial videos to help out, by the way. I think $40 is for a great mess. It's great. Okay. I'll share. And Daniel, I'm going to say this real quick. So don't think that I'm being disrespectful, because I'm not. I understand budgeting and all that. I truly do. I'm gonna show this again. I think $40 for a great mask is great, guys. Anything else is pricey. I understand.
I understand that too.
Yeah, I do. We
But
do. Go ahead,
that's
Chris.
like that's like saying I think I think 35 cents is great for, a gallon of gas. But but we are in a different economy. We're in a whole different ballpark. Even if you wanted a tots nowadays, I mean it's more along the lines of like $80.
Yeah. Now it's funny, when Nick was with us, I shared in that video of, it was on the ground and I screwed up. I got, because I'm good at that, Nick. If you want to talk about age again, I'm starting to show it more and more. Because I pulled a Halloween's ends that was on the ground, and I said H40. That's just me, guys. You got to accept that sometimes. I'm really good at slipping. It's funny. I'm starting remembering more on the guitar, but I don't remember what an H40 to an H kill to an H ends is called anymore. But I got lucky and found an ends laying on the ground. It was only $40. So, yeah. Okay. So I'll share this right here, Scott. I know you have your issues with tots. Yes, I've had my issues. I've had my issues with the gentleman that man it personally. Um, with the product that they put out with the artist, I have absolutely no issues with them at all whatsoever. Um, but yes, it did this. Sometimes you could get a little bit overzealous. I don't know why I'm going down Dr. Phil row here or time, but I expressed what I was going through at the time with the gentleman that obviously owns Tots, and I probably said things that I shouldn't have said about others. If I did, I do apologize. And I even said, if he starts putting something out that resembles more of what we Halloween fans uh, appreciate, instead of, because I always felt like when it comes to the Halloween, the Michael Myers, especially when you get the license for that mask, why is it that never satisfies our itch, but yet there could be other masks that come out through other franchises, even cartoon characters, where they could sell you a mask that looks almost just like what you see in the cartoon or the movies. But for some reason, that darn Michael Myers mask, it's like, why do you Photoshop this? Because when I get it, it needs to have a major facelift to it. But sorry, I'm going down that road, and I really should, because I try to stay positive here.
Yeah, stay
So
positive. Let me take this for you.
sure, and I'm going to share these real
I
quick.
so Daniel, I don't think uh I think as a whole, I've had very many instances with Scott looking at masks where we're both looking at a stripped mask, we're looking at this, that, and the other, we're looking at the details and everything else, and we both agree like this is a this is a nice mask. This is well done. This is for the level of production that Tots has. We think that it you can't ask for better for the price that they put it at. Now, when you're jumping into an independent mask that's especially one that has lineage off of like a movie mold or something else, I mean, you can't compare those two. But if you're talking about a Tots and you're talking about a mass production mask that they somehow managed to get decent definition off of, that, you know, there's the pull of the mask and then it's sent off to Mexico. We all know it's sent off to Mexico and it's done there and then it's shipped back to the States, right? Mexico, they don't care as much about, okay, I'm not going to go down that road. They don't take as much attention to detail as obviously it should be painted. We're going to say that. I don't think, I mean, Scott doesn't have any issues with Tots. I mean, it's not, I don't really feel that way at all. He has expressed his feelings the same that I have. Um, I don't want to I don't want to put out any negativity towards Tots. Like it's not like that. There's just one character there that you know that we've had past run-ins. That's really all it is.
Yes. And I really shouldn't bring this into it. Sorry, audio. Here's an example of you're going to pay more because of the detail that's put into the visuals of this guitar. Why is that? It's more of an independent custom art. It's art. It's art. I know art is the eye of the beholder. Why do I bring that up? Well, Daniel, I know it's hard to, as we all say, you get what you pay for. I guess we're going down a very long railroad track here.
It's okay.
When you're when if you're going to, I don't put Nick's up here. If you want to buy yourself, let's face it, if you're going to want to buy a Michael Myers mask, if it's not going to be something for, let's say you're an actor working in a haunted house, you're not going to want to have, no offense, Nick, and I know you get it, you're not going to want to go purchase a mask from Nick Malpagano to wear in the haunted, because it's going to get destroyed. You kind of want a mask that's just, I just need to get it through so I can wear this for work. When you have an artist, I'm going to say I'm an independent mask maker. I make a mask and I paint it. I'm going to ask for a certain price because, first of all, it is art. There's a lot of work that's detailed with this. And then the materials alone are not exactly that cheap. The paint, the hair, but you're also paying for the art. You really are, because this is art. And I paid a lot for it. And I don't mind. And not to mention, I really appreciate what Chris, actually, he could follow this up much better than I can. He's better at words, and he even followed this subject up not too long ago when we've talked about another artist that we're very familiar with and really respect his work. But yeah, some people say, well, you pay by the hour, but really I pay for the quality. That's another thing too. The quality that the independent, like Nick, when he makes you a mask, you're not getting something that's paper thin. You're getting quality latex, you're getting quality hair, and you're getting incredible artwork done there. And it's going to cost you more than $40.
It's like pulling up into somebody's garage and questioning the work that they do based upon the time that they spent. Like it's like, okay, well, I did a brake job and it took me 2 days. I pulled into your garage and it took you, you know, 3 or 4 hours. That's not equal.
I have
And
to
it's
put
like,
this up. I
no.
can't set it down.
You go ahead. It's like, no, you're paying for all the experience that that person has gained for the years that they put into mastering their craft, is what you're doing. So yes, there's a high entry fee, and it, you know, they may churn out masks faster, but I mean, you just have to understand that correlation. It's like paying for a plumber, and they come out and they fix your water lines in 3 to 4 hours, and you got a quote from another company that said it was going to be 2 to 3 days. The other company just knows what they're doing better. It's you pay for that experience. I mean, we have a mask maker in here right now that has tons of experience. I mean, he can sit down and he can cast, he can sculpt, he can do this, that, and the other, and it's like, I mean, there's a reason that he's at the level he's at. Love it or hate it, I mean, that's just what it is.
Yeah, and I'll go back to kind of fall. I already shared this before. Yes, the prices have changed, as we all know. Let's face it. If I buy gallons of water, you guys buy it too. It costs more than it did 2 years ago. It's um
You know what we never brought up, Scott?
oh, hold on, sorry.
Nick's his bad boy line, which is
Yeah,
we have all these artists that offer like an economy, a truly independent mask, but at an economy price.
no,
We never went over the bad boy line.
because realistically, when it was the HK Halloween Kills, I remember doing the in fact recently somebody wasn't too happy that I was speaking too much during my own YouTube videos. Um, get to the point. Like, if you don't like what I have to say here, then watch somebody else. But I was doing the tutorials on my HK, and I did not. Ooh, I want to share this too. Dustin brings up a very good point. Now, Daniel, keep in mind,
It's
we're
not.
n- we're
Yeah,
n-
it's
yeah.
not that. It's not
You're
that. We're not
asking great
knocking anything.
questions, and yeah.
We're just
Um,
saying when you see these masks, like, yeah, I mean, what we consider is as we're looking at. I guess how we can break it down is only your eyes can tell you what to see,
yeah.
and
That's
our
Myers will
eyes are telling
tell.
us. Yeah, our
That's why
eyes
we
are
collect
telling
so
us
many
what
of them.
we love. Your eyes may see something completely different. As long as you're happy, though, that is what matters.
Nick talked about how much, if I'm paraphrasing, if he wasn't doing masks, he'd be doing masks right now because he loves doing what he does. And each one that he creates, like I said, I'm paraphrasing. I don't mean to put words in his mouth, but everyone looks different to him because he's either painting it differently. And I get that because you're not going to do exactly, we're not robots. Thank God we're not completely AI right now because that's another reason. These are all done, each one's going to be different. Just like when they were talking about the pumpkins, Nick talked about, he literally takes a heat gun and he presses, each one's going to look different. In other words, I'm just thinking to myself, oh, I don't want that pizza because it doesn't look like that one. But that's pepperoni and we'll just say pepperoni and cheese. I don't care. It doesn't look like that one. I mean, there's probably people out there that are, oh my God, that would be scary to live with that person, but sorry.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. One-offs versus mass production. Yeah, these damn. I brought out that guitar earlier, and while Chris was talking, obviously I don't know exactly what they said. It's funny. I will spend quality time when it comes to. I actually listened to a podcast that guy knows his guitars, and it's amazing. Sometimes I laugh because in the guitar world community, they go through the same thing about vintage. What is considered to be a vintage Les Paul? What is considered to be a vintage Fender? Right now, people are questioning a guitar from the '80s. Is it truly a vintage guitar? I mean, is it a real guitar because it's not made in the U.S. because it's made in somewhere over in Europe or somewhere in in Mexico? It's like, oh my God, this reminds me of the Halloween. Um, it's yeah, who's making this mask and who's making that mask? All this it's I'm trying to choose my words carefully here because believe me, the more you get involved in this, the more, in other words, the more you go down that rabbit hole. Oh my God, it's sometimes you wish you never did. So
I love every minute of it, baby.
I was talking about the actual rabbit hole, Chris. It gets dirty down there, and those rabbits are mean.
I love rabbits.
Oh man, it's so funny. We started off earlier where I wasn't doing everything properly when it came to Facebook, and I'm glad we did this tonight. That way, I can learn the little belts and whistles. I was able to fix that, and it's been a learning curve for Chris and I tonight, and I think it'll be a lot. There's that Ryan Geist guy right there. It'll be more helpful and more. This will inspire us to do more live streams
I'm having fun. I'm
yeah,
glad.
this is fun. It's like we're all
Daniel,
hanging out. We're all hanging out in our
Dustin,
man caves.
Nick, I'm glad everybody's here.
Yeah.
Fun.
And Dozer is, thank God, feeling a little bit. That poor little guy today. I've never seen him act the way that he did.
Would you get him a mic, please?
Yeah. Yeah, this is what it would sound like. And if you have a dog, I think you all know. That's it. But yeah, that he had me had me scared today. But he's a little bit more active now. So
what was
this
he?
is Dustin.
Like sleeping.
Same
Lethargic?
story with. Well, he wouldn't even lay on his bed. He physically was having issues. He wasn't feeling good, getting sick. There we go. And I've never seen him go through that. I was talking about guitars, how it's kind of very similar to the Myers community, how some people could butt heads and how this and that isn't. We all love the same thing and with guitars. So Dustin brings this up. It's the same story with guns. They're mostly made and assembled line. Yeah. Excuse me. And of course, that's like that with cars too, guys, right? Am I right?
I mean,
The
cars. Hell, you can go back to swords. I mean, what would you rather have, an assembly line sword, or would you rather have a handmade katana from Japan? You know,
but this, it doesn't do you wrong. You either like it or you don't. It's that simple.
See, that's where I want to go real fast. We have a relatively young brewing company that is doing the best they can off of a limited distribution. If you put this up next to an Anheuser-Busch, aka a Bud Light, or anything else such as that, a mass produced, let's say this is an independent mask right now. That is a Tots. you have to respect the level that 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 Tots is doing it at. Yeah, it may not be that great, but I mean, what they're doing on the mass production level is leaps and bounds above what this company is doing at an independent level. It's making its craft better and it's smaller, so therefore it needs to make up its revenue to be more expensive to fund itself, to keep itself in business. Anheuser-Busch pumps out numbers. It pumps out numbers. It pumps out Bud Lights. It pumps out 5.4 or 5.3 alcoholic content beer that people love and just drink like it's water.
And no disrespect for people out there that love Budweiser. You love what you
That's the
love, and that's great.
that's the best I can do.
Yeah.
That is the analogy that I have for it. If you like,
Or
it's like craft beers versus yeah.
my old friend Dan Robinson, who I lost back in 2006. He was one of my best friends. Love him, miss him dearly. But he loved celebrating the line from, I can't remember the name of the beer, doesn't matter, but he'd always say, Scoot, because when he was a beer drinker, he loved his beer. Life is too damn short to be drinking that cheap ass beer. And
But there's a time and a place where just the Bud Light is just fun. It's just
oh yeah, I mean,
goes down and it's
I think
just
of
good.
Coors. When I think of Dan, I think of Coors Light. He loved his Coors Light, and he loved good beer. Like I mean, I told you about that red breast that him and I went through on New Year's Eve.
I love the mountains,
Oops.
man. Mountains are blue, and it's all good.
I've spoke very highly of Brian, who's not my biological father, but he's my real dad. And that man, he would love to sit back and have a few brouhahas, as that he would say it. Well, Dustin, whoops, that was the last one. He's done for the night. Thank you, Justin, for joining us here, meeting us in the man cave. I know we'll catch up soon because you are actually going to be on. Well, you already know. I don't need to go there. So, but thank you for joining us tonight. It was great having you on here, even in the chat room. I forget what I said, but Brian, yeah, he'll have his Coors Light, his Bud Light. He'll have Let's see, Nick. We
That's
got
fair.
the Coors Light and Bud Light are very close taste. You know what? See, that's what's it. It's
I bet
it's
their
it's
hops,
what you like.
I bet their hops are very similar. Yeah.
The thing of it is, it's like pizza. I'm going to use the ones that we all have had. Now, Nick, you live in New York. I know you could kick our ass when it comes to pizza, especially
Oh,
if
man.
he goes a little down south from where he lives. But I think, and maybe this is just ageism, but there are, we'll take Pizza Hut and Domino's. There we go. That's pretty much nationwide. Their pizzas are not as good as it used to be. It seemed like it was just more crafted. It was more handmade, or I don't know. Maybe it's different ownership. Call it just like Frisch's. They're closing more Frisch's Big Boys down,
Yes, they
but
are.
for some reason they're notorious for their coleslaw, or their tartar sauce, or whatever it is. That has not changed for people. But yeah,
Is Frisch's? Will people know what we're talking about everywhere?
maybe I know that in California they have the original owner for Frisch's sold it years ago, and ironically, after they sold it, that's when things started going downhill. But they do have a Frisch's. It's not a big boy; it's a Big Bob out there. But that's in
Big
Burbank,
Bob.
California. Big Bob. But it's further
I'm
east
Joe
of us.
Grizzly, bitch.
I'm not sure if Frisch's is nationwide or not. I have no idea. Frisch's around here it's It's definitely, I want to say it's been very popular through Ohio and Kentucky and all that. It's just I don't know. They're like a lot of restaurants after the pandemic that they've been affected by. Well, I don't want to go. No, please make sure that if you're listening right now, this is not a political thing, but a lot of restaurants have not been surviving well since 2020. I think you know it in your own neighborhood. There's places that are like all of a sudden they just can't survive. People, as they say, people are not, they can't afford to go out to eat as much as they used to. We can't afford to do a lot of things like we used to, but I don't know where I'm going, but that's
No, let's let Daniel save us.
Daniel.
Come on, come on, come on, save us, Daniel.
I don't want to drive him nuts because I'm thinking of Elton John's Daniel's driving tonight. I'm sorry.
I really still want to know what his 3 masks were. We never heard.
Yeah, that's right. He's in the H2 and all that. He apparently what I've done in the past influenced him to the H2 and all that. But Danny, if you're still listening, like I don't want you to think that we were picking on you. Our tone was. I know we were doing everything in our power to make it very clear that we weren't. It's just it's very difficult to get a Halloween mask, a Michael Myers mask, at a price that's say $50. If you can, then by all means, congratulations. If you could get one for $50 and you absolutely love it, put that thing on the shelf. Congratulations, my friend. You done well. And keep that puppy forever.
That's just so rare. Yeah. If you can do it, like, man, go out and play the lottery right after that because you are a lucky man.
Yeah. And the reality of it is, we've talked about it with Nick here. He has a line, and you could get a mask that he created from Earth itself, which, by the way, I'll plug this. Nick's going to be working on a new mask. He kind of showed us a little bit in that podcast. He'll have something coming out in 2025. But Nick can actually create something for you that, believe it or not, I shouldn't be, but no, I already know from one thing he's mentioned. It's actually more affordable than what some people will take. Let's say a Tots mask. I won't say any names here, but they'll take a Tots mask. And Nick can tell you this right now. Some of the other reasons why it's not exactly, well, cheap, trying to just prep one of those things is like you feel like you're going to get arthritis right away just from getting it ready to basically repaint, I guess you could say again. But the overhaul. Let's get rid of the rehaul word, please. I want to do a podcast or a video where we get rid of that word rehaul, because I find myself saying it, and I just it's an over. Ugh.
Yeah, I think we're fighting a losing battle there.
Yeah. But if you want to get yourself a real high quality mask, you can always reach out to someone like Mr. Nick Malpagano, and he's got some great Meyer masks that, believe it or not, are more affordable than some of the people that are rehauling.
God
there we go.
Bless.
Look at that right there is definitely more affordable than what I've seen some rehauls that are, am I wrong to say, 3 times higher than that price?
Can Daniel see that? Because
Nick, before I share this on the screen,
that is
before I do, all I have to do is hover over it and show it. It's up to you, Nick. I could share it or I won't have to. It's up to you. I'll show this one here. Oops, I actually showed it. I'm so sorry. Here, I'll hide it real quick. That's not the one I wanted to show. I got rid of it real quick.
Whoops.
Where did that rehaul word come from? I'll try. YouTube, cut that other one out real quick, just in case.
Pet cemetery word.
I can't believe I did it. That's how my day's been, by the way. Yeah. Dear Lord. Oh, okay, good. Yes, it's fine. All right, I'll show this again. That was funny. Well, why aren't you showing?
If
Does it be?
anybody sees this, though, I just want you to respect Nick's
There we
time
go.
because
There.
don't flood him with. Good Lord, that's just
Nick, I sent you a message. We're going to wait until like possibly January, by the way, Nick, just because I'm thinking of, my mother and I have been talking about her grandson's Christmas. And then I'm thinking about, so I got to be realistic about that. So, because I think I need another,
the dead ringer.
I
Like,
need another handy boy in my collection. Actually,
can we talk about that?
oh yeah, let's talk about, you know what? Hold on. Let's
The dead
do
ringer is
this.
fucking beautiful, man.
I'm gonna.
Nick, that is
Here we go.
that is
Well,
a
that's
great
on.
mask. I don't care what you have going on with the bad boy version, but it's still pretty, man. Good Lord.
Oh no, I'm not posting anything. I'm searching.
That is a legit mask. That should be something somebody should be proud to own.
Dead Ringer, correct?
Yes.
See, I'm going to Nick's Facebook page.
Bad boy, though?
Nick Mopagano's Mask Pit.
No, like the bad boy version. Which I think that's just mainly the hair. Is it the hair, Nick? It's mainly different.
Let's see here. Go to all photos. So I figured I could share. It's gonna probably take me a while just to find it.
I mean, it looks about as good as the fucking actual dead ringer.
Yeah, I was thinking of just sharing it here on the sharing the screen on what I could do, because I'm going to like photos and here, let me do this. This will probably be easier. Screen.
I wonder what this would have looked like if we would have started at like 8 or 9.
So I tell you what, here we go. I got an idea. Danielle, I don't know if we've been talking about Nick here, of course. He's joined us. He was on our last podcast. As you can see, if you have not come across Nick Malpaget on the Mass Pit here on Facebook, you can obviously search. And if you could go look at the photos yourself, if you have any questions at all whatsoever about what Nick is producing, naturally, Nick could give you all the information in the world from him.
Did you see that last comment there?
Bad boy masks are weathered lighter and hair is not misted black. Let me actually show that. Sorry. This is what's I'm I do. I need another. We need somebody here to control all this stuff for us. Because I want to start scrolling up and down. I'm on the wrong tab. I'm like, why is it moving? Duh, you're not on the right tab.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Now help me out here, Chris. Am I sliding up and down to a bunch of photos we have here from the Mask Pit?
Oh boy.
See, Daniel, I'm telling you.
See, that's gonna be so hard because picking out a bad boy versus a regular dead ringer is gonna be,
there's Aaron right there.
That's how close Nick gets these. I mean, that's gonna be hard.
Christopher Webb. Here's the gentleman that's going to be joining us. Nick, Aaron, Tyler with Masquerade Workshops. He's going to be joining us in a couple weeks. He's really excited to. Oh, looky there, Chris. Podcast coming this November.
Well, damn. We didn't even do anything.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Let me go back to. Wow. So yeah, Daniel or anybody, I don't know. Shoot, we don't have to just go there. Anybody who's watching this right now in the future, because obviously it's going to stay on YouTube. get a hold of Nick. How do you do that? Well, you just go to Facebook and click on Messenger or Instagram. And he did tell us that his website will be Mask Pit now instead of Handy Boy. Of course, Nick can,
He
if he's still here, can leave that there in the chat
he
room.
sent a link also that may
Oh,
take you right to it.
sorry. There we go. Now, of course, let me. What happens if I actually click on that right now? Because I'm thinking, oh crap! If I click on it during Riverside, hope we don't run, it pops us out. Here, I hope I'm still there. Am I still there, guys?
I see you.
Okay.
I still
Let
see you,
me
Mr. Potato
try.
Head.
Let me see this real quick. Let me go back over to. All right, let me do this instead. Let me stop sharing that and let me share this. What he just sent. Let's see. Mask Museum. Here we go. Here we go. Now you see that, right? Mask Museum.
Hmm.
All right. Oh, there you go.
And you know
Oh,
that
ho, ho. Oh, wow.
what I've always
Look at the
wanted is
dead relic.
I've always wanted a thin ringer. I think that's just fucking cool because when he stretches the mask,
Yeah.
I always thought that was fucking cool.
Oh, wow. I know every time right now, Chris, this is where I'm thinking, well, can we start all over and have this back at like 10 o'clock? So people are
No,
seeing this in the beginning. It's like the part 2 of the podcast. There's the NHK.
no, that means we need to be we need to get better and more organized.
Oh man.
The
It's
H
so
man,
funny.
the H man. Oh yeah.
Looking at the NHK on the photos just takes me back. It's so weird. Zach's got it, but just it's just seeing that photo right there just takes me back.
Hmm.
Oh my god, that dead relic.
I can
Ugh.
still hear your intro music. That
I
was
don't even remember where I got that. I had,
yeah.
the thing of it, I remember when I made that one video, not the unboxing, but the follow up, where I'm wearing the mask and stuff.
Hmm.
That I did that on New Year's Eve night. I was having so much fun doing that. And that was out by the bar and down the hallway there.
Hmm. Mm-mm-mm.
Let's see here. You've got Mask Museum video reviews, there DVDs. Yeah, I need to get those DVD because I didn't even bring that up. It's out there or in my bedroom when Nick was with us. I have one of his DVDs.
Mm. I was on the fence about ordering that myself there.
Wow. There you go.
Huh.
Nick, like you said, having the time, needing a copy of yourself.
We never even got into that. Like, oh
Oh
man.
wow.
For those of you who don't know, Nick likes to sing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And got
Yeah,
into
you're right.
that.
We didn't get into that. As
Shit.
much as we love music and we talk about music on here, of course, we've been taking a break right now because 'tis the season. I know me and I know Chris. We'll get back into our music, but for now, yeah. Well, Nick said he would join us again. So, Nick, if you're still here, if you're maybe he's listening right now, working on a mask, which most likely he should be. Not,
Mm.
I'm not, no pressure. But if next year, when you have some time, we could talk about the music aspect of Mr. Malpagano. I know, well, we did talk about what he's listening to while he's making masks, but I mean,
Yeah, just kind of a general thing.
yeah, man, there's I'm sorry. I'm being selfish here. I'm just constantly more masks. Okay. That 13 mask, darn it. Oh man, oh man, oh man.
Show
Nick, you
Daniel, show Daniel that dead ringer though.
that dead ringer. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Let's see. More masks. It's not there. Chris, obviously can help me out here. Where can I find the dead ringer here on this website? Do I just go back to home?
Maybe it's in Mask Museum.
Mask Museum. Come on, cursor. There we go. Oh, excuse me. Dead relic. Sorry. See, I look at. Shut up, Scott. Not this. Not about you. Oh, I can't find it right now.
It's up top.
Oh, it was my bad. Wait a minute. I've got to. I got to get myself in the
I think it's
trackpad.
the very first one.
Sorry, guys. I'm just looking at that dead relic there. All right, 13 dead ringer. And see if I click on. How about let's go here. That pumpkin. Ooh,
See, I mean, the Dead Ringers or
dang it.
the
Sorry.
bad boy version is going to be a little bit different, but you know, Nick already laid out what we're talking about. The weathering is going to be a little different, and the hair is not. It missed it as much, but look at
And
that.
it's something that I'm thinking about right now.
$195.
Since Nick does,
Come on, dude.
if Nick is, sorry,
That's like
Trace.
a tenth. It's like a tenth of the price. Come on. Wow.
Okay, I'll just put it this way. When I've had people ask me back when I was refit the rehauls and on the HKs, I was charging like an average of $250. And I've had some people say, "Oh, that's cheap." And I was actually thinking, in all honesty, I was thinking about the products that I was using. In other words, I got to figure out a way to pay for the product, and granted, it's then at the same time, I was like, okay, I don't want to sound like somebody who's going to try to rob you blind, but I got to try to find some way to make some of a profit. So there you go. Daniel, if you're still listening or watching right now, I was doing a rehaul, a TOTS latex rehaul. Yes, I was putting in new hair and all that. But Nick, he's giving you his own creation from this. I mean, his own sculpt, his own latex, his own paint, his own hair. And like everybody else, the more you work on something, I'm sure, Dan, you can relate. If there's something that you're really passionate about, something you're really good at, I'm sure you could tell yourself, well, I'm better at it now than I was 10 years ago. There you go. And of course, you got options here on sizes too, a 24 and a half to a 25 and a half. That's awesome. I got to see this photo. Well, that's cool looking.
Although, I mean, I guess I don't know if he's just like I don't know. Maybe he's happy with his he's got his cemetery gates and he's got an H1 and two H2s apparently.
Are you talking about Terry?
Apparently. I'm assuming he has the fear and maybe a
Oh,
warlock and a warlock blood tears maybe. I'm not sure.
yeah. I haven't stumbled across his website in a while. I know he has other custom masks that he was making too. So, um, seems like Terry's back to work because uh trying to stay more active here on Facebook, I've been seeing Terry share more of the warlock and all that. So, and I didn't talk about that because I try to keep you know Terry's personal life out of the conversation, or here, because that's not my place to share.
Right.
um but it seems like, yeah, I've noticed Terry's posting more of his work and all that, which is good. I hope, well, wrong image again here. Stop
Daniel,
sharing there.
if you're happy, I congratulate you, sir. That's what it's all about.
Oh yeah. um
But there's options out there. That's all we can say.
yeah, definitely. Well, guys, let's see, what time is it right now? It's quarter to one. I just want to make that very clear here. Daniel, I don't know where you live in this part of the world, but here in the East Coast, it's quarter to one. Yeah, we've been on here for, well, almost 3 hours now. I don't have to edit, so I'm not worried about that. Um, I don't know if there's anything else. Nick, Daniel, let's see. Who else was here? Obviously, Andrew, he's done for the night. Dustin, he's gone for the night.
Hmm.
Um, I don't. Nick, once again, thank you so much for joining us. I know I've said it not enough, but I truly can't thank you enough for joining us. Oh, dear Lord, Daniel's. It's the night is still young for you. Okay, Nick. Um, well, yeah, I understand, sir. I'm sure you've got some work to do or some rest. One of those two is probably very not optional. But yes, thank you again, Nick, for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
Looking forward to a future podcast with you if you've got time in the future.
This was a lot of fun, though.
Yeah.
I think we get more organized and we actually make it a decent time, and you know, we have the whole Facebook thing working, and I think it'll be good. I want to do this again.
Daniel, we definitely love and appreciate your support here. Thank you so much. And don't ever fear to ask even questions like, well, Chris has asked before, and he may ask again.
I can do everything with my butt cheeks. Listen, Natalie will tell you. I promise, I can do everything.
I don't think I want to hear I don't want to have that conversation with your wife. No. We could talk about anything else in this world, how the kids are doing. We can go through no, I'm not going
play
there.
Songs. I can do it.
Got to put those teeth away. You know what? I'm going to have to take off this terrible wig here soon, too. So this is a terrible ass wig if that's the case. Oh,
guys, thanks everybody. We're coming in here and shooting the shit for a bit.
Daniel, let's see there. He's drunk and happy.
Hell yeah, that's what I want to hear.
Well, Chris, I guess we should hang it up, and because we got to be. I'm going to say this out loud now. I hope to God I could figure out how we could do this, because I kept on thinking probably this about 2 hours ago. When we share a screen, where you and I are watching a shared screen, how the hell are we going to disguise that from the public? Because the movie, we can't share that publicly.
We'll discuss that privately.
Yeah. No, this is nothing personal, Daddy. It's just because of copyright issues. I mean, it's not so much. They will take your channel down if you share. It's and I know it's not worth it. I'll have to figure that out. And so
we'll get it. We'll get it. Make it work.
Let me see. Let me see if I could do something here real quick while I'm still recording. Let me share the screen again. Hypothetically, Daniel, you get to see us learn something here. I'm going to go back to Nick's Facebook, and it's sharing it right now, of course, right? Let me see if I click on that. That's full screen, picture in picture. That's not what I wanted to do. Play in picture. Now I'm wondering if I did that. It's a black screen for you, correct? Or is it still showed over here?
Nope. I'm still seeing Nick's page.
Interesting. I'm going to have to play around with this a little bit more. I'll test it out and see what I can do. So,
all right.
I mean, there's others do it. I'll have to do. How do you do it on YouTube? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll experiment. Don't worry, we'll get it right.
Yeah. Good night, Daniel. Good night to everybody else that chooses to watch this podcast later on. You should have been here. That's all I'm saying. You should have been here. Daniel can tell you that.
We need to.
Good night, Daniel.
One of these a week. I think we need to do that.
No more editing for me. Woohoo! No, that's bullshit. I love editing. It's just, you know how it is. You wish you
But
could do
this-
everything you love in 10 minutes sometimes.
Yeah, it's good fun.
All righty. Well, I'm gonna hit that fucking button here. And
Please hit it.
all right, here we go.
Smash that bitch.
There we go. Now, don't hold on a second, Chris. Where was it again?